going back to where I can read here. Kim is making it in as we speak.
And we are back. Are we live over WZAA now, hon? All right.
Let's see.
You got to turn your mic on,
Scoot
Kim.
over a little bit.
You're red, so you got to make it green. Oh, you're green now.
Let's see. Kim is not quite in my Facebook picture. We'll have to adjust that.
No?
Michelle Campbell. Now you're in that one. Good.
Oh,
but
I
not
see
here.
what you mean.
So we need to
Maybe
back
Rick
that up.
can adjust that
Yeah,
before he sits down. Can you adjust the Facebook
Yeah, Rick can
image
back
so
that up.
Kim can be in
Already
the
come
Those
in
of
and
you,
start problems.
those of you on W is just a little, not much. Oh,
Oh,
that's
there we
good.
go.
There you go.
Perfect.
For those of you on WZAA today, we do apologize that you're going to have your music for the next 2 hours and a half. Is that right? 2 hours and a half?
Yeah, till
But-
10 a.m. You're going to have to listen to us.
Have we got any
But
complaints
we'll
yet?
be back.
Are they
No, we
enjoy-
don't get
Well,
any
then that's
complaints
good.
usually.
I'm just saying that for fun.
Oh,
for
I know.
funsies.
You're going to have to listen to us talk about
Wouldn't
current
you-
events. and-
Yeah.
It's July 28th, 2020, and Barack Obama is still the most notorious president we ever had.
In a good way or bad?
Bad.
You can choose.
He,
Make your own decision.
the most criminal president we've ever had. He is still holds that title. But I do have a couple things here before we get going. We'll have to get Rick to turn that just a little bit.
All
Because
right.
Kim's like still kind of in there. Oh. Then I won't be able to think of anything if you guys do that. I'll be like, Anyhow,
And so it begins.
it is my wedding anniversary today.
It is.
Yeah.
How many years?
19 years.
19.
Well, it's actually my wife's 19th anniversary and my 29th anniversary.
I don't know how that works.
Well, you got me.
Let me explain. Let me explain.
That's worse than an
Let me
LSAT
explain.
question right there.
I know. It's like,
Rick, do me a favor. Just push that side this way. It's like toward us. A little more, 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 a little more. Kim, look straight ahead so we can see you. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yep, she's there, and you should have plenty of room over there. But anyhow, no, I was married previously. Thank you, Joanne, for 10 years, and with my first wife, and we got married on July 28th.
So you count that?
Well, no, wait, but here's why. Here's why.
I have a feeling this is your 19th and last year.
My second wife said, let's get married on the same date you got married before. It happened to be a Saturday. It was her idea. So it's my 29th anniversary.
Oh,
and
my
it's her 19th anniversary.
Okay.
That's just what she wanted to do. I said, I don't care. That's fine.
no comment.
Ditto.
Well, I tell you,
I plead the fifth.
I want to start out a little different today because I do have the today in history, and we used to do this all the time. So let me just run through some stuff here real quick. And these will just be, we don't have to discuss these. I'll just comment them here real quick. 1540, Henry VIII of England marries Catherine Howard, but Thomas Cromwell is beheaded on Tower Hill the same day.
Did you know that he divorced her, Catherine, in order to marry Anne Boleyn? And that's when he broke from the church. That's when the Church of England was come
didn't
about.
know that.
He broke from the Catholics. Then he had her beheaded too.
French explorer Samuel Champlain discovers Lake Huron.
The rain falls mainly on Desplaines.
Here's another beheading. Here's another beheading.
Oh, that's always good to talk about.
Whoever, I don't know who
He's a French
Robespierre.
I was going to say
revolutionist.
Robespierre.
Robespierre is beheaded in France. Sultan Mustafa of the Ottoman Empire is deposed, and his cousin Mahmud II gains the throne. I know you guys. Let me find something better here. Confederate John Mosby begins a series of attacks against General George Meade's army on the Potomac. There
You
we
might
go.
want to give the years.
Oh, that was 1863. 1868, the 14th Amendment to the Constitution,
Yeah,
which guarantees
that's a big one.
citizenship to all those born or naturalized in the United States is adopted. 14th
Except
Amendment.
that that's
Yeah,
being
14th. That's a
grossly
big one.
misused today.
1898, Spain, through the offices of the French Embassy in Washington, D.C., requests peace terms in its war with the United States. Austria-Hungary declares war on Serbia in 1914. Pancho Villa
That
surrenders
begins
Mexican
the World
government.
War, by the way.
Yes, that was.
Kind of dropped the ball on that one.
Japanese army in 1941 lands on the coast of Cochin, China, modern-day Vietnam. 1945, a B-25 bomber. Oh, this is interesting. In
This did
1925,
happen.
1945, a B-25 bomber crashes into the Empire State Building in
And
New York
yet-
City,
And
Was
yet
that the
it's
one with
still
the
standing.
killing
the
13 people. Yeah, and it's still
It's still
standing.
Was that
standing,
the
and
one
a
with the
plane
big-
flew into it?
big monkey that was up on
Yeah,
the
King
tower?
Kong, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of see where I'm going with that.
65. Yeah, I see you. 65, President Lyndon Johnson sends an additional 50,000 troops to South Vietnam. Let's see.
Back in Nam.
40,000 people were without power for up to 3 days in Chicago in 1990 because of a substation blackout fire. Discovery of a remains of prehistoric man near Kennewick, Washington, cast doubts on accepted beliefs of when, how, and where the Americans were populated.
Turned out to be Jimmy Hoffa.
The IRA, Irish Republican Army, announces to the end of its 30-year armed campaign against Northern Ireland. And we have a bunch of other stuff there. Let's see. Birthdays? Anybody famous born today? What do you think? Bill Bradley. Basketball player. Jackie Kennedy Onassis.
Is that right?
Yeah. 1929 she was born.
She'd be an old lady by now.
43 was Bill Bradley. Beatrix Potter, she's the author of the Tale of Peter Rabbit,
Rabbit.
1866, I think that says,
Who
yeah.
would name their kid Beatrice?
And Marcel Duchamp, 1887. That's a French artist.
Someone who doesn't like their child.
So there you go. There's today in history.
We
Hey, there's Dave
apologize to all the
Hearst on there.
Beatrices out there.
Yeah, I know. That's
We've just
nice.
insulted half our audience.
No, you just insulted half of them. There you go. So-
I don't think we have any viewers named Beatrice.
Well, you don't
You
know.
never know. You
We
never
have some
know.
very obscure viewers.
You never know. You never know. Kevin Leach and his wife have an anniversary today, 25 years. Well, they aren't they a nice looking couple?
I'm
there?
sure they don't have like a 25 and then a 35-year anniversary.
Yeah,
so.
I don't even know.
What are you talking about, fool?
I'm still stuck back. You
Mine's-
married on the same day. I'm still
Mine's
stuck.
19. 19.
I'm still stuck there.
Hey, you have to talk to my wife about that.
You
That
know what?
was
It makes
her
perfect
idea.
sense, actually.
Knowing my wife, it makes perfect
Well, I mean,
sense.
it would make perfect sense for an old guy that didn't want to forget both his.
I don't know.
You know, you have them on the same day.
I hate to say this, but from a woman's point of view, it's kind of like,
That's why she did it. That's exactly why she did it. Yes, very
You're saying
good.
women are catty?
yeah.
I think that's your answer right there. Yes. Yes. How you doing, Dave Hearst? Dave Hearst is
Good
watching.
morning, Boogeyman.
Booger Man.
Boogeyman.
Is it
pick his
Booger Man or Boogie Man?
It's Boogeyman from, because he does the haunt and stuff with the clips of that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess
Oh, I didn't know
can't
that.
be Booger Man then.
No.
Booga, 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 booga. Well, let's see. Let's get going here and let's see who's on here this morning. Patty Moore-Gillian, her car show's coming up in August 15th. Rob Hopkins, Joanne Mossbarger. And Patty says, happy anniversary, laugh out loud. Okay. hey, what can I say? You got to talk
Does
to
this have to freeze right there?
I know.
Oh my God.
I don't know why it did, but it did. My iPad's frozen with Kim with a pig nose going.
I think I look like I'm trying to fight a lion or something. That's
So let's talk some local stuff here. Car show, Sabina Park Car Show is this Sunday.
okay.
I expect to see each and every one of you out there.
Wait, no, which part?
10-3.
Which part?
Which part?
Oh, the one near
water
the
tower.
water
The
One
tower.
next to the water tower. We
Okay.
never have a car show over at the ballpark.
I didn't know that.
Well, you do now.
I've just recently started following
You
your
do.
events around.
Now, Charlie,
do
which
now.
water tower?
There's only one in Sabina, so if you go to another one, you're not in Sabina anymore. If you guys are on there, do us a favor, share the show. I need to get off here and do that. Also, Megan Bowles, how you doing, Megan Bowles? She's watching today. Let's see. But yeah, we have the car show this Sunday, so we'd love to see you there. But also, hey, we have a new restaurant that opened up in Wilmington. And I went there the other day, and it was actually pretty daggone good.
Is that Feathers?
Roosters.
Oh, okay.
Roosters. Yeah, not feathers. No.
Roosters.
No.
I didn't know if they were open or not. That was what took the place there of Donato's. Not
Donato.
Damon's.
That is Roosters.
Well, yeah, but in between they had like a prime, some
Oh.
kind of grill or.
Yeah, it was done.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
not good.
Well-
it wasn't there for very long at all.
No, and I think that was just because they didn't want to continue to pay Damon's any kind of royalties, so they
Right.
briefly, and then
Put
decided
something
to
else
sell.
there,
I see.
And it was
Yeah.
not good.
And
It
Roosters
was
had been
pretty
looking for
expensive.
quite a while at trying to find a location. So
They got pretty good food.
I think that's a pretty good location for them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I tell you what, we went there Sunday night, and there's a group of about 8 or 9 of us, and it was funny because they actually lost our order. And
How did it get lost?
I don't know. We were sitting there. It was funny because another guy come in, joined us later, and he got his order before us, and we're like, "What's going on here? We didn't get our order." And they were very nice about it. Hey, Cameron Baker, they were very nice about it. They said, hey, we've lost your order somewhere, but guess what we're going to do? We're going to comp your whole meal minus the alcohol. One guy had 1 beer, so the whole meal for like 8 of us was comped.
Oh, that was nice. Tastes better that way.
Even the guy who got his food early, his was comped. And so the waitress, needless to say, got a pretty nice tip out of it. And
Were you wearing your masks, Charlie?
we brought them in. Most people brought them in, and they take them right off. So
I forget what state it was. I think it's Illinois, where you have to wear masks when you're eating, except when you're putting the food in your mouth.
that's
You have to take the mask down, eat, and put the mask back up.
Could not possibly make sense
He
to
talks
anyone.
and studies about masks more than any person should.
I don't.
Hey, speaking of that, I think the Mask 2 is coming out, isn't it?
I don't know. It'd be a good timing.
Yeah,
for
it would be.
though.
Yeah.
It would be. Phyllis Holloway is watching. How you doing, Phyllis? Yeah. So Roosters is open. I tell you what, we walked right in Sunday. I know, like on Friday and Saturday, you had to wait. They had a big line out in front. 10, 15 people deep. And some people waited like an hour and a half, 2 hours just to get in. Here we
They
got
take
right
your
in.
temperature when you came in?
No.
They make you wash your hands?
No, but I will tell you this. Last week when I was with Miami Trace's kids, I had to get my temperature taken each day. And if it was over 100.2, they just send you home.
Okay. So what was it?
Oh, it was under 100.2 each day. They made me come in. I kept teasing, though, the lady that was taking the temperatures because I'd go up to her. I need to take her temperature, so I'd turn around and back up. Just kidding her. And she says, "Stop it." But she started laughing, too, about it. It was funny. God, man, it was funny. It was funny. One other local news thing here that kind of disappoints me a little bit is the Colony movie theater in Lebanon. Colony movie theater is shut back
Are
down.
those the cheap ones
No,
in
Colony,
the shopping center?
No, Colony's Colony's $5, but they run first run.
But I mean, is
movies.
that in that shopping center?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same place.
But they've been open showing old movies and things.
Right.
And but they shut her back down. They shut it back down.
But
so
did
that's
they
not
do that
good.
because of the corona, or did they
I'm
do that just
sure
because
they did
they're?
that because of the corona? They didn't say, but I'm
Well, I mean,
Did
I
you
don't.
see all bars and restaurants are closed at 11 o'clock now?
10.
10.
Oh, that's even more so because just the
10.
other day it said 11.
Well,
because
that-
the prime hour to hang out in a bar is
It might
11, 12,
it might
1.
be that it applies city by city because I know Columbus, they're
That's
closing at
to
10.
which I refer, as a
Yeah.
matter of fact.
10 o'clock in Columbus.
That's insane. That's the prime time for nightclubs and bars to make their money.
Well, I
Like
mean, as far
11
as,
and 2.
let's face it, most restaurants that serve alcohol make most of their money off of alcohol. And it depends. Now, there are, in the state of Ohio, in the last few years, they've changed the liquor laws because of the number of liquor licenses that are available. So they started issuing a new class of liquor licenses, which depended on how much food versus how much alcohol you sold. So if you sold more food than alcohol and you could maintain that, you would be able to have this new class of liquor license. So I'm sure there are some bars that have that type of license. There are licenses that are specific to, for instance, hotels. If you've got, I think it's 25 rooms or more, you automatically get a liquor license with the hotel. But the conventional license, which is for a nightclub, a D5, which allows you to stay open to 2:30 in the morning. Although I think that's even going to change. I think they're going to extend the hours in Ohio to 3:30, something like that. To make it longer. But what good does it do if they're closing you up at 10?
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. Yeah, exactly.
A lot of
It's just
businesses-
like they've changed the law to allow you to carry out alcohol now. You can actually go in, pick up your alcohol, and take it with you,
Right.
the drink. And that has been changed recently. So now,
because of the corona crap.
because
Yes.
yeah, and I don't
Oh,
think it's
my.
gonna. I don't think that's going away. I think
I doubt
they've
that
had
it would.
these drive-through where you can get your rum and Coke or Long Island iced
Yeah,
tea
that's-
when you drive through restaurants.
could only
which
see that
also,
being a
to
bad
me,
thing.
I think that's very dangerous.
Well,
Like,
of course,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
but
it's
they
like-
have like on the signs like maximum 2. But I'm also thinking like you have a cup holder full of Long Island iced tea sitting next to you.
What are you thinking? Somebody might drink
Are
it?
you not going to start drinking it while you're driving home? I mean,
Well, I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
some people would.
well,
that's very tempting to a lot of people.
I don't think that makes a lot of sense at all
well,
from our perspective, but maybe from the cops' perspective.
I guess it doesn't, but once again, I think they're trying to do that to try to accommodate business so that alcohol establishments are not going bankrupt.
So many businesses are
I
closing.
mean, to me, it's a huge difference if you're selling like a closed, sealed container, like a bottle of wine that is not, uncorked or whatever, or a bottle of liquor that's still sealed
I'm
or
pretty
whatever.
sure
Well, no,
that
I
would be
think
an
the
open
container.
container.
No, I
You
think.
know what I mean?
feel
Or
like
a
an
case
open
of beer or
container.
whatever,
I think-
than like a mixed drink.
Yeah.
that's just
Well,
in
I think there has to be
to-go
some
cup,
type
you
of
know
a
what I mean?
seal
Yeah, that's
on the drink.
It's a
I don't think you
huge
can just
difference.
have
No,
it.
I've seen them literally advertising, selling like a styrofoam cup of to-go drinks.
Sure.
Here in
Yeah.
Ohio.
Yes.
Yeah, you can do it. Well,
I
you
don't
can
know.
go through. You can go through generations now in Wilmington. I know, my daughter works there and buy beer through them and take it and buy like their Angry Orchard and all that stuff. So, Mint Moore is watching. How you doing, Mint Moore?
Interesting.
Yep, you can
And so
get
it's
all that
just
stuff.
like,
Well, I mean, it's
So I
Has
guess
it always been that way, or has it just been in light of the
just
fact?
in
no.
light
Just
of-
in
This,
light of
this
the
has all
corona
been
stuff.
since the corona.
It's all
Okay.
from the corona.
And I
and
don't-
I'm not saying
I don't
that
think this stuff's
businesses
going
shouldn't
away.
still get business.
I don't think so.
and
It's
but
setting
I
a
want them
precedent.
to shut down because they don't make money. But I'm also saying this is very dangerous.
Well, I think, in hearing a lot of interviews with business owners, particularly restaurants and things like that, a lot of them are doing as well, if not better, with the corona and with the things that they're having to do. I think they're saving money because they've reduced their the payroll. It's just like Walmart. You look at Walmart and they reduce their hour. Here's the
But a lot of them are falling too. Golden Corral, Chillicothe, closed. They're gonna
Like
close.
permanently
no,
closed?
I think it depends
Yeah.
on
It's
the kind of
drive-through.
business.
Oh my
No,
God.
Because if you're the kind of
isn't
business
it drive-through
that
now,
cannot
Charlie?
deliver-
Golden
You pick
Corral
you get your
is
buffet when you
gone.
drive through.
Sunburger in Chillicothe.
I saw
Gone.
Yeah,
that
it
was gone.
completely depends on the kind of business.
Well,
if
Yelp
you can't
said
take
that,
it to the person, if it's somewhere like a buffet,
Yeah,
and it
I think
depends on people
yeah.
being
Right.
there.
Yeah, Yelp said that
You
about
can't
I think
thrive.
56% of restaurants that are closed will stay closed. They won't
Jerry's
open back up.
Pizza, Greenfield,
I think so.
closed. Now I did find out something. I did see something about Crystals, a place in Wilmington, And they are still going to open at some point in time, but that family has had tons and tons of health issues with their kids. They have heart issues, and they've been getting them. They've been getting them all on the mend. They're getting them ready to go, and then with Corona, they're just.
So what's Crystals?
That's in Wilmington. It's across from the courthouse. It's been there. It's been there probably over a
The
year
one with
now.
the signage.
Oh, you're talking
Where the
about.
Blue Moon used to be? Across from the old hat?
Now I thought that Crystals
It's,
was
I think
owned.
like
next-
Caddy Corner to
it's
the
next to
outpost,
the tattoo
or what's that?
place.
Yeah,
is that
I
what
thought
it's called?
Crystals.
Oh,
The
that
Escape?
way.
Yeah.
The Escape is
That's
what I
like
was-
Caddy
But
Corner.
wasn't
to the
Crystals
Escape.
owned by the same
Oh, I-
people
Next to
that
that
run
tattoo
that
shop.
own the
I didn't know that.
Next to
the Mexican
tattoo shop.
restaurant?
Yeah, they
didn't know
the
that.
people that own, I think, the Mexican restaurant out on.
Bromback.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
own it too.
Yeah,
So
because I've asked them before, but they said that the city was giving them a lot of problems. Plus,
no, not the city. The city of Wilmington. They're
Yeah.
so easy to work.
the
with.
sign was one of the
Yeah.
bones of contention because that type of sign, the way that it sticks out from the building,
It's not
is
allowed,
illegal.
Supposedly, yeah.
But it's a beautiful sign, and it. I don't know,
They
once
could
again,
give a variance. I mean,
Yes.
it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, that's right.
but I can remember back when I had Samuel Walker's, there were the chosen people that could do anything. For instance, we put a vinyl.
It's like that everywhere.
Yeah, we put a vinyl sign up on the side of the building that they made us take down. Yet across the street at the General Denver, they had a vinyl sign not only during the time we did, but even years after, and they were never.
Yeah, it's all. And Wilmington is bad about that. It's all who you know, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's true. It's who you know, and it's that same way in so many cities, whether they're small or large. It's who you know or who you pay.
I'll second that.
Yep. Well.
or who you sleep with.
Oh.
Who you sleep with?
Oh, I heard that.
Okay. Are you referring to someone specifically in the
let's
Wilmington
just
area?
leave that alone.
We're just gonna leave
Let's
that
just
alone.
leave that alone. All right.
I'm completely in the dark, and I want to stay there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of like a doorknob syndrome, you know.
Oh, dear.
Everybody takes a
Everybody
turn.
takes a
Yeah,
turn.
exactly. All right, but we won't go there.
All right.
And if we're talking about you, we're not. Just yeah.
Who, me?
You know
Yes, we
you
are.
know.
No,
Oh.
You know who
anybody.
you are.
Anybody.
You know who you are.
All right.
Oh, my Lord.
Let's move.
Moving right along.
Some people know how to get to the top from getting.
Hey. Enough.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Enough.
Upcoming events. My birthday is on Saturday.
Yeah.
Happy
Yay,
birthday.
happy early birthday.
My
Sit-
birthday's
Sit.
next no, wait a minute. August 5th. What day is that going to be on?
Now, Sydney, did you ever? You didn't actually
That's
set up
fine.
the nonprofit that you were going to raise money for as WZAA, did you?
No, I was trying to, but Facebook told me it wasn't a real nonprofit.
Oh,
I
really?
told
But
Sydney.
LPFMs are nonprofits, by the
I
way.
told
for
Sydney.
folks
I
who
said,
don't know.
Sydney, that's it. WZAA is not the company name
It's
as far as
not the
yeah.
registered
The LLC
nonprofit,
is not. It's
LLC.
MC3 Community Broadcasting. So
So I gotta
MC3PO.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
But it's funny. I was at Walmart the other day trying
actually-
to buy NyQuil, and this lady cards me, right? And she was like, well, are you over 18? And I was like, yes. And she was like, well, how old are you? And I was like, 27. And she was like, well, that's not what it says here. And I was like, well, I'm 26. And she was like, well, then why did you say 27? And I was
I'm
like,
gonna
well, I'll
turn
be 27
27,
next
yeah.
week. And she's like, well, it does say that here. And she was like, well, then why did you say 26? And I was like,
Trying to
I
trip
don't know,
you
I'm
up.
just really overwhelmed. I have
Using
a
a
lot of
fake ID.
anxiety. And
To
she
buy
was-
NyQuil?
To buy
Yeah.
NyQuil.
I was like, I have a sinus infection, ma'am.
Yeah, well,
I
Dayquil,
just
you don't
really
have to
need
do
this
that.
NyQuil.
It's only NyQuil because they put extra alcohol in it, I think.
Ben Mang has the comment of the day here already.
All right.
And he says, good morning. Is this show sponsored by Rockstar Energy? Laugh out loud.
Look at you
I
guys.
know. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes,
they
we're
are,
we're
aren't they?
brand ambassadors for Rockstar Energy.
There you
I
go.
got my decaf coffee right here.
What's funny is all three of them are
Sure you
different.
do.
Yeah, that's what Kim says she has in there. Trust me.
And that was a cigarette you were smoking this morning.
Not true. Don't you
It
believe
don't
that?
smell anything like decaf coffee.
That's really Rockstar Energy in that cup.
Actually, it smells a little leafy to me.
That's right.
It's loose leaf tea.
Do they make that kind of tea, Charlie?
Herbal remedies.
Do they make that kind of tea?
Herbal tea.
It's loose leaf.
Medicinal? Is that
Matt,
you got your
how
card,
are
don't
How
you,
doing,
Kim?
Matt?
You got a card for that?
Hey, Peggy Jackson Carter, how you doing? This might be our last show today because we're just getting started and
We're revved up.
we've already got
what did we
somebody-
talk about before we went on the air, Charlie? We were going to sort of back off and not be so controversial. Look at you guys. You're
we
just
are.
stirring
We
it
don't
up.
do that. We don't get in the huddle and say, "Here,
we're
this
not
is
we're
impromptu
not
as
being
it gets."
we're not being political. We're just being
We're
Controversial.
just goons.
we're just being
Ourselves.
goofy. Yeah,
In all honesty,
It's a little early, folks.
that's okay. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's
wait
why
till
we're
the
all
last
thinking
hour.
rock star. We're not awake yet. We're trying. Let's see. Yeah, this is my 19th wedding anniversary. I'll say it again. So, wish my wife a happy wedding anniversary. Yes, there we go. And I bought her a nice
Happy
steak.
anniversary,
Bought her
Rachel.
a nice steak the other day. Got her some clothes yesterday. So I think I've
That's
done.
very nice of
I think
you.
I've done my husbandly duties.
So was the nice steak at Roosters?
No, it was at Longhorn. We went to
Walmart.
Longhorn
Oh.
Steakhouse.
Damn.
really
Walmart?
My friend is.
She has to cook her own
boyfriend
steak.
is an assistant shift manager there.
Well,
In
come on.
Chillicothe?
Don't.
No.
No, that's where we're at.
Sydney, don't
there's
go
a
there.
Longhorn in Chillicothe.
I did sell my yes.
Did not know that.
Sydney's sticking the knife in and turning. This is an inside joke.
I did sell my black hearse.
Yes,
The
we
one
saw
with
that.
flames,
Yeah.
and so we on the way home we stopped. Thank you, Ben. We stopped at Longhorn and ate. And,
So that was to help pay for your new baby, right?
yeah, my motorcycle. Yeah,
Yes.
so
How's that coming along?
Well,
We've been radio silent.
You get some tires
well,
for it?
no, I haven't done anything yet because I do have somebody coming to look at it to work on it
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay.
I see.
But I don't know what time yet. He's going to be there, and I've got a 3-wheel kit all lined up, ready to order, but I don't want to order it until he gives me the go ahead. Because this guy that's going to work on it, he basically said I was a dumb butt if I was going to make that my first motorcycle. He says that's way too much bike for you, and you'll wreck and die, and I don't want to be a part of it. That's exactly what he said.
So that's why you
So-
decided to get the
That's why you
3-wheel.
want the
So
trike.
that's why I told him. I said, well, if I get 3 wheels on it, how's that sound? He says, I'll work on it and do whatever you want. He
There,
said,
yeah.
you'll be able to handle that, and that won't be
Agreed.
a problem.
Agreed.
So, and that's kind of what
3
I wanted
wheels it
original.
is.
But it may have 4 actually, because this kit I'm
4.
getting, well, yeah, but, you have the front wheel, but the kits, some of these kits, they're optional. You can get the 2, you can take the 1 out and put 2 on the side, or you can you keep the 1 in the middle and the 2 out on the side, which I don't care.
I feel that becomes training wheels. If you leave
Well-
the one in
Well,
the
it
back and the
is
front
training
one-
wheels.
I don't want to buy.
What about that little sidecar? Why don't you get one of those? Would that help
No,
stabilize it
I know.
I
don't
want one of
think
those
so.
for my dog Max so bad.
for your dog?
Yes!
I got to check because if I don't end up using the middle wheel, I don't have to buy a tire then for it.
Correct.
So you literally take the back wheel off,
Mm-hmm.
and so what do you have to do? Because isn't there like now? Do most motorcycles have chains, or do they? How do they?
This
dri-
one's
how,
not
how does it
chained.
drive?
This has got like transmission. Yeah,
It's gear driven.
this thing really at the time.
It's
What
a
kind-
Cadillac.
what-
It's a
what-
Cadillac.
yeah.
It was the most.
It's a
wow.
Honda. It's a 1983 Honda.
Oh, it is not.
What?
Yamaha.
Yamaha.
Charlie
I'm
doesn't even
sorry.
know what he has.
I've only seen it once.
Okay, Charlie, take another drink of your Rockstar.
1983 Yamaha, but it looks like a Honda Goldwing.
Yes.
Everybody that sees it says, "Oh, it's a Honda Goldwing."
looks
I
like,
said,
yeah.
"No, it's a Yamaha, and it's a huge bike. It's got the
Looks like it's got a computer board on it. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
It looks.
it's-
It's really high tech.
It's
got a
neat.
computer board?
For its day.
Yeah.
Oh, my,
Well, that's
yes.
Charlie.
It's only 16,000 miles on it. Hasn't really been driven
That's-
since
Just a
1990.
church.
almost brand
Just a
new.
church, right?
Huh?
Just a church.
You know what? I think it's actually been garage kept the whole time because it is in immaculate
Immaculate.
shape. It really is.
It is.
Except for the tires.
It's called a casket. Well, that's just
Well, yeah,
because
they
it has
Dry
a-
just-
rot?
I wouldn't-
Yeah.
Was that dry rot?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Cascade Royale. So yeah, hopefully with the
Is that a James Bond movie?
I don't know. It sounds like it could
Sounds
be
like it
though.
could be, huh?
Does, yeah.
Tammy Spade's out there. What's going on, Tammy? Anyhow, Good morning to you also.
Well, I hate to interrupt, but it is 8 o'clock. So
Oh.
I have
8
to let
o'clock?
the
All
listeners
right.
know you are listening to WZAA 106.9 LPFM in Jeffersonville, Ohio.
She likes doing that.
This is the Morning Zoo.
Your family fun station.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. If,
Not always.
unfortunately, there may be
This
some
isn't
kids at
always
home.
family friendly.
It's
so
8 a.m., July 28th, 2020, and Barack Obama still is the most corrupt president in the United States has ever had. There we go. That's what I was looking for earlier, is the corrupt. I couldn't think of the corrupt.
The oldies will be back at 10 a.m. if you don't like listening to us.
Dan Bongino, if you know who Dan Bongino
Yes,
is.
we know Dan.
He puts out on Twitter every morning. It's July 28th or
And then
July
Barack
20th.
Obama is still,
And Barack Obama is
And we
the
should
most corrupt
retreat.
president that the United States has ever had. Which I tell you what, it's going to come to pass here pretty soon. Some stuff's going to fall, but you know when it's going to fall? Like about the middle of October.
Yeah.
It's going to be. That's going to be
You mean
the October
whatever the
surprise.
surprises are?
That'll be the October surprise.
Well, now, if you didn't listen to the Razor's Edge on Sunday, it was revealed that there are, what 18,000 troops or 13,000?
I don't
I think
know.
there was like 13,000 or 18,000 United Nations troops that have been stationed in Utah, waiting for the results of the election, November the 3rd.
is that right?
I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, the gentleman that reported this to us is ex-CIA, ex-Secret Service. He's inquiring minds want to know. So.
I have a question for you guys.
Oh, okay.
All right, and Mr. Rick and everyone, what would say happen? You know how a president is only supposed to serve 2 terms.
Right.
Okay, so what they
Oh, here we go. I saw this on
did
her
you see this? So
Facebook page,
they
so.
reached 2
A
terms.
maximum of 10 years.
Okay, so what I'm interested in is, like, say the president is
So if Biden
assassinated or has a heart attack or
chooses Barack Obama
Right.
as his vice president,
As his vice president, just say, could he, in terms, be put into the presidential seat, or would that go to like the Speaker of the House or the Secretary of
he's the
State?
vice president.
Because the vice president's already been president for his allotted amount of time.
Well,
Does
he
that
hasn't.
make sense?
He's
I
got
think
2 more
I
years.
think that you can be vice president as long as you were vice president for the whole term. It could be 8 years, but if the president would die, then the next line of succession would, I assume, be Speaker of the House.
That's what. See, I
No.
Okay.
Because you just said your first comment out of your mouth was a person can serve up to 10 years.
Right.
So
Well,
if,
yeah,
that point,
two
if
if
years.
he only
second
has
year-
8 years.
Yeah, you could serve 2 years of the
and
of
then
the.
you'd have to
as-
resign, or then who would come into?
No,
you see what I'm saying?
No, here's what I got. You answer.
you could nominate
I
a
got
you
vice
your answer.
president.
The unexpired term at that point would have to have an election.
Okay.
Yes, they would. They
Okay.
would have to have an election.
Yeah, I don't know whether you'd have to have an election or if you brought in another vice president.
Nope.
Since you were president, whether that vice president would take over.
Now
for you.
that would be a sneaky way around it. You could resign.
No, wait a minute. You think
and
the
put your
Dems
vice
could be
pres-
sneaky?
Yeah, I mean that would be
Charlie?
a way
That
around
would
it.
be a way around
Yeah,
it.
you
The
could,
Dems being sneaky?
could do that.
Shocked.
Yeah, imagine that. Well, and that's the big holdup on your second stimulus package right now. The Republicans want to keep the unemployment thing with just an extra 200 a week, and the Democrats want an extra 600.
Yeah.
Why are we paying people extra to sit at home? I understand, just paying.
Why are we paying them anything
Just
to sit at home?
Well, I mean, unemployment's unemployment. I get that, and they need that, but I don't think we incentivize that. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
But
like,
Charlie, that
yes,
makes
I
too
will
much
pay
sense.
you something because
Yeah.
you have to survive, of course. But I mean, I shouldn't be paying you a surplus to do nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Nothing.
aren't
Unless
most
you're doing
That's
your part is
ridiculous.
But
staying
aren't-
at
Like,
home,
what the f-
Aren't
being a good
most
citizen.
countries today with the coronavirus, like Canada, I had heard, now I don't know whether it's true or not, aren't Canadians actually being paid every month during the coronavirus some large sum of
I don't
money
know. I don't know.
to
like a couple of $1,000s?
yes,
So I think
yeah.
I read
Well,
I think
that's
it's like
what-
$2,000 a month.
Yeah, I
That's-
think you're right.
just to sit at home.
That's what the Democrats wanted originally. They wanted like a $2,000 payment up front and $1,000 a month, which, I don't know where we're getting this.
We're still
money
waiting for
from.
our first stimulus
Yeah.
check, and they're talking a second one. I'm thinking,
Have you-
well, if you didn't get your first, you're probably not going to get your second.
Are you guys getting anywhere with that?
No,
No.
you can't talk to anybody. See, that's the other thing. And I don't know how are people that were having to file their taxes, because a lot of people that owed money waited till the
Who's your
last minute.
accountant? Who files your taxes? You do it on your
We
own?
do it
do it
ourselves. Yeah, we
ourselves.
do it ourselves. And this is the first time. See, I'm thinking there's probably something. It has something to do with the fact. Okay, we got married last year on New Year's Eve. Okay, so technically, we filed as a couple, as a
the
married
whole
couple,
year.
because one day is all it takes.
That's
Right.
It's the same thing if you had a child born at a minute before midnight on New Year's Eve. You could claim the child from the year before.
Right.
Okay, so I can claim her. But anyway,
She's your wife.
that's right.
We were supposed to file jointly, is what he means.
Yes,
I
so-
can claim her. Like,
I can claim
like
her.
I'm an effing dependent. Like, you mean
Sometimes-
jointly?
sometimes
we
she is a
filed
dependent.
jointly.
But anyway,
It didn't sound like that.
Oh my
it's like
gosh.
Kim and I
I'm
are
not a
looking at each
lost
other.
dog. Just so we're clear.
so we filed jointly, and
we were thinking
I
the
thought
same thing.
I thought that perhaps it had something to do with that because it was just a one-day thing. Maybe the government was confused, but you can't
I
talk
also
to anybody.
have tax credits.
So, well, yes, but you're going to school. Obviously, I get Social Security. So, I'm thinking that if anybody should have gotten a check, it should have been me because they have my information. I filed, all the years
Should've
before.
got $2,400.
Well, sure. So we're waiting. But anyway, I have a feeling that we're probably not even going to be eligible for. Why?
I would be
But
like,
you can't talk to anybody.
I tell you what, I would be calling.
But
or
you
I would-
can't.
let me finish.
You can't talk to a human
I
being.
would be talking. I would be doing something every day. I would be emailing every
single
day. I got
day.
up the first hour of the day.
Well,
I'd be
Kim, did you get a?
Squeaky
Did you
wheel.
get a? Did you get a stimulus check?
No.
Oh, why
Why
not?
not?
We don't want to go there.
Because you just didn't file, right?
Right.
A lot of people don't file.
It doesn't matter
taxes.
whether you file or not. You're still eligible for
Yeah.
the stimulus.
You should be able to get it. I can't believe I am the only one sitting here that has got the stimulus. Okay.
She's now revealing
I
her.
got you. Well, there's no reason to. You probably end up hurting yourself, hon, to be honest with
Yeah. Okay. So,
you. You probably could have got lots of money.
where do
back.
you live, Kim?
Nowhere. She's part of the witness protection program. We're not going to say that.
So anyway,
Does this
moving
have
on.
anything to do with that large sum of money back in your past?
Oh, don't get
Not
there.
in the least.
Don't get there. By the way, last week I did see one number. I think we were up to about 2,000 views
Yeah,
last.
we were. I saw that.
And,
Yeah, it's not bad.
So it's not bad at all. But
not
you got to
30,
share
but
the
it's-
show. I mean,
But it's 2.
Share the show.
well, and right now, we're a little light today. I don't know why. I don't know if people just aren't up yet or what. but
I didn't post a static yesterday.
I noticed that. What happened, Mary? You
Because
following?
every 5 seconds y'all kept changing who was going to be on the show. First of
No,
all,
wait a
there was
minute.
Mahane's on the show. Then Kim didn't reply till like 10 p.m. whether or not she was coming.
Well, Kim's busy.
Then there
She's
was
a,
some
she's a busy
Tupperware lady
person.
who may or may not come.
No,
I was
no, I
like,
told-
am I going to clean my microwave? Am I not going to clean my microwave?
Clean it for next week. She'll
I
be
was
here
like,
next week.
People would
Tupperware
not make a
I want you to
will be here
clean.
next
I want you to
week.
clean the other oven.
Natalie Rhodes will be here next week.
So,
You
like-
better clean the other oven, or she's gonna be cleaning. Your
I will.
cloth.
I'm cleaning the stove in front. That's going to be for sale.
Oh,
Yeah.
Some guy did come by and buy my table out front. So
Yeah.
some lady came and bought a painting that she
No, there was
kept
actually-
changing the price on
there was-
because it wasn't signed. She was like,
There was a
I really
local-
want this painting. And then like she changed the day like 4 times. She asked if I took checks. Like, no, I don't take personal checks. This is not that kind
so
of place.
we sold a
And she
table.
finally came. She talked for like 45 minutes. I was like, I'm not your friend. Just buy my
She was
painting.
from Maryland. So we talked to 2 gentlemen that
She
came to
told
pick
me
up
she
the
was
table.
not a local. She stayed
And
forever,
they're local,
but she
and they
turns
listen
out she's been
to
here for like
WZAA.
8 years.
So if they're listening, hello there. How are you? We're meeting so many nice people.
anyhow,
But then I realized why I don't like dealing with people again.
Why is
I
that?
noticed that this
Are
morning.
you not a people person?
She's not.
No, but I've realized that
She
also
hardly
dealing
stands
with
me.
these salespeople that like every time they message me, it takes them so long to reply. They always want to reply while I'm taking my daily nap.
But you also
We call
though,
those
like the
tire
yard
kickers.
sales.
I don't.
You have like my
the
yard
yard sales are fine because I get instant replies.
Yeah,
Right. I mean,
have
they're
my
there,
yard
you know.
They're like there in person,
That's
and
right.
I can like reply to them instantly. I don't have to do these messages back and
But
forth.
we had a very bad experience with eBay, and I don't know. We probably, in fact, I
Rick
don't think
Bethel, how you doing?
we're not going to list anything. Well, it's not really eBay's fault. It was the post office's fault. Very first thing that I think we sold, and that was through eBay, was a cell phone, an old cell phone that I had.
It wasn't that old.
Well, no, but it was a nice cell phone that we sold. We dropped in the mail at the Wilmington post office. We tracked it.
You
as
have
it-
to buy the labels through eBay. You should probably tell them that.
Right. So anyway, so we tracked it down to Miami, Florida, where it was supposed to be delivered. Well, it never got delivered, and so the party down there contacted eBay, and they wanted their $100 back.
1 month later,
Yeah. So they wanted their $100 back because they hadn't received it. Well, we
they
thought
wanted it delivered to a warehouse.
so. We thought that was the reason that they weren't delivering it. But anyway, I don't know whether that's the case or not. Ultimately, I put in a complaint with the post office to find out where the package was because we were afraid that they were pulling a scam, that they were going to
Sure.
get their money, then they were going to pick it up at their local post office. So the
So
whole thing was a
eBay
setup.
pulls the money out of my bank account and refunds it to them.
Right.
The post office has lost the package.
Yeah,
Actually
they don't know
lost
where it is.
They have no idea where it is.
Yeah, and since we didn't buy insurance on the package, which you can't
eBay
get through
does
eBay,
not offer.
so
the
so
post office does though.
Yeah, but I would have had to
Right.
buy that at the post office, and eBay didn't tell me I need to do that.
well
so I
anyway, the
didn't
bottom
do
line
that.
is so we're out $100 plus, you know,
Plus the cell phone, so it's not like I
and
can
they
get
charged
back.
us a commission for selling the cell phone.
Yeah, so I got charged that money too.
So anyway, so
Well, maybe that's telling you right there. Maybe
Yeah.
I should sell my stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
that's
Which is
exactly
what
what
I
we're
do
doing.
now.
Yeah, we're
Not
not using
eBay. So-
eBay at least at this point. Now
The marketplace is pretty popular.
we may I would rather use Amazon if I was going to pay a commission, and because eBay's commission is about 14 or 15%, so that's what you pay in total.
I mean, I did make $1,200 off eBay
Yeah,
in
so-
like a month and a half.
Yeah.
But I am very annoyed that they charge me so much in commission.
Well, they got to make some money. I
Yeah.
charge more.
Well, and you could just do Marketplace. I mean, Marketplace is a lot simpler, I think.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I didn't even put my Hearst on Marketplace. I had two people that I knew were interested, so I called them both.
You got a
and,
group of Hearst people that
Yeah,
you
we've
thought,
got a.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
put
mean,
the-
I could have just put
don't
it
you
on
put
the
the
Hearst
the,
sites.
the
probably.
bat signal out or whatever?
I probably could have
The
sold it
Hearst
for
signal.
more, but the guy that bought it is a friend of mine, and this was terrible. We took my Hearst down to Piketon, where this cat lives.
Right.
And we're going about 65, 70 miles this place. And we get all the way there. My Hearst is just running good, no problem, all the way down there. Literally 200-300 yards before we get to his house, here comes a deer. I almost crashed into this deer. Mike Bozier's following me in my vibe. He goes one way, I go the other way. We both missed the deer, and we made it. But you talk about scary. I was
That
like,
was,
dang it. And the guy that was in the truck, Danny, was the guy that bought it. He was in the truck ahead of us. He's looking in his rearview mirror.
So no deer was killed in
No
this.
deer,
No
no.
deer.
Well,
Was
the
in
deer would have been killed
delivery
too,
of this Hearst.
because the hearse would have just
Pretty heavy.
Oh, wouldn't that have been ironic?
The hearse would have just nailed
So
it.
would you have put it in the back?
No.
Or would you
well,
put it on
Danny
the front?
probably would have taken it home and cooked her up.
Have you ever seen Tommy Boy?
Yeah.
Did he get the deer in the car?
Yeah. Yep.
And but the deer wasn't dead.
No,
No.
I
The deer
know.
came awake, alive.
Yep.
Sydney's
Kim,
too young for that.
You
Probably.
ever seen Tommy Boy?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch.
She
Tommy
obviously
I
Boy.
don't
hasn't
think
seen it.
we talked about Chris,
You gotta watch
Chris
Tommy.
Farley. Oh my God.
Tommy Boy is a good movie.
He probably doesn't even know who
Jared,
Chris
friend.
Farley is.
Hey, Jared, what's happening, man?
Hey, Jared.
Be safe out there today.
Yep.
So is he on the road?
He is.
on the road again?
Now, Bill Mahanes can never tell us what he's actually out hauling because of the nature of the things that he hauls. I don't know what that would be. You know, maybe a truck full of illegals or something like that. But anyway, what does Jared haul around? What's primarily the loads?
Every lumber, steel,
So does he have a flat?
flatbed, step deck, van trailer, whatever they need him to do.
Okay.
he does a lot of stuff for Timber Tech.
Yeah,
Oh,
Timbertech's a
okay.
big one of those. And the Grove City, I want to say the Depot, I think, Home Depot. And,
So now is he
in,
getting home on the weekends or is he on the road longer
gets
periods?
home
of time?
every night.
Oh wow.
Nathan Vest, David Hiles. How you guys
Is
doing?
that good?
Yes, it's good.
Jared, I'm just
I
asking.
miss him when he's gone.
I'm putting her on the spot.
PJ Trailers right now is what he's hauling.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I didn't know. I mean,
She seems way too happy, Jared.
yeah, I thought she was making it up.
Don't flatbedders use straps and chains?
Hey, we
and
don't
things
want
like
to
that?
talk
You know,
about.
that to secure their
what
loads.
you guys do at home?
Sometimes handcuffs. Handcuffs.
We
Are,
don't want to hear what you guys use at home. Yeah.
But inquiring minds want to know. That's all.
Flatbed trailers, chains, handcuffs, restraints. Oh, you're talking about the load. he's
Velcro.
carrying.
Velcro.
Right. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about something else, didn't you?
Black and Decker sander.
Oh, jeez. Hot candle wax now.
That's
All right. I'm teasing. Here we go again. All right.
Children's Hour is the last hour of the show.
Yeah, Kim's about ready to bust over
Sydney's going to
She
read to
is.
you.
Sydney's like, how dare you guys? Look at her faces. on there.
Sydney was talking to her mother yesterday. Her mother suggested, since Sydney has a master's degree in education, that maybe she should teach some kids privately.
There you go.
Sydney hates kids. She didn't take well to that suggestion.
It was really kind of insulting.
Oh, Jared,
My mother was like, "Why don't you just start your own little private school and
You
just like
could.
homeschool
Sydney's
like
private school.
6 to 8 small children, and
Do high
during
school.
Well,
this-
children are usually
this
small.
time of Corona, they could really use you." And I was
That's
like,
true.
"Mom, I'm gonna start law school in 2021," and she was like, "Well, when that doesn't work out for you, teaching will still be there." And I was like, "Thanks."
Her mother's a
Mom."
brain surgeon.
Jared says, that's how I get away.
I was like,
That's how
I
he
use
gets. That's how he
chains
get
and
away.
straps and then run.
But Dave Hiles concerns me more here because he has videos.
Of
Yeah, well, if we're talking about you
Oh,
in
no,
this
no.
conversation.
Dave says he has videos.
I don't know in reference to what.
What, Bambi? Since we're talking about the deer, you know.
Oh, Mr. House came over and visited me the other day. Brought me a couple tomato plants.
You have all kinds of visitors.
I do. I do.
Every
People
time I
visit.
go by, I
Kim, did
honk.
you say what kind of plants did he bring?
Tomato.
But I will say
Oh,
this.
okay,
This is
all right.
funnier than heck. I drive by there the other day, and she's going to say, "Oh, I was not," but my wife could attest to this too. Jared's out there talking to, I think it was Gary Dennis was out there.
Yeah.
And literally, Kim is like this. She is laid back in her chair, and this is a visual. Sorry for those of you on the radio, but here's the way Kim is.
Absolutely. Outside in the yard.
Passed out, huh?
No, just resting.
Little too many tomatoes.
Mouth wide open, drooling. I'm sure out
I
the
don't
side.
believe that, but I absolutely
Drooling.
Oh no, you asked Rachel. We both saw you. You said, "Oh gosh."
Why didn't you take
Kim.
pictures, Charlie?
Well, it happened too quick.
Or like Dave, take some video.
I'm sure Jared did attest to it too,
I'm
because
sure.
she was sitting back in that corner
Oh,
chair,
yeah,
just
it was.
going.
Yep. Worked all morning out there.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, it was funny. I felt so sorry for her. I thought, yeah.
Oh, no.
Because I know you were either pie-eyed or you were just tired and pie-eyed, but you were definitely pie-eyed.
I don't know what that means.
That means you're drunk.
Oh,
You never heard pie-eyed
I
before?
have not.
Oh, come on.
I have never. Mm-mm.
Rick, you've heard pie-eyed before.
Not
I
really.
thought pie was like wide eyes when you said
No,
something astonishing.
pie-eyed, usually you're like,
Oh, I always heard that was called
you're
soused.
drunk, pie-eyed. That's what we used to call it now.
See, the heat got to me.
The heat got to her, plus
That was it.
plus
Yeah.
the
Heat
10
stroke.
plus the 10 cans of whatever
That's
she was
not
drinking.
true.
Full crap.
Were they
Ding, ding, ding,
44s,
ding,
Charlie?
ding,
No.
44
I have
ounce?
a limit every day.
44 ounce.
What,
yeah.
20?
88 ounce.
Two.
88
Well, it took
ounces.
two to
See?
do that.
Well,
80.
yeah, but they're this tall.
Yeah, 88 ounces. Are those 44s?
No, they're pounders, I think, aren't they?
I don't know.
One pound,
Are you
I think?
talking? What are you talking about?
She's pound is the other stuff, Kim, that you do.
No, what do you mean the other stuff? Oh my goodness! I thought this was a family show.
The last hour. The last hour is the family show.
Oh goodness.
What are you drinking a pound of?
Yeah, tell her, Kim.
I will.
What
They're-
liquor comes in a
they're steel-
pound?
They're steel reserves, and they're an 8%, and they're like a
8%?
A tall boy. So they
That's like
weigh
Coors
16
Light.
Ounces. They're a pound, so they call call them pounders.
Coors Light.
Does that make sense?
You drink Steel Reserve?
I do.
Why?
Because it's cheap.
Because it's cheap, and because
When you drink a
I don't
lot,
drink
you want it
liquor
cheap.
anymore. Liquor is not my friend. So
I mean,
I
there
have a
is
couple of
good
beers and
beer
that's
out
it.
there.
No,
Kimberly.
there's not.
I don't drink alcohol anymore, but there is good
There's
beer
not.
out there to be
I don't-
had. And if you're gonna drink it, at least
That's
Drink
my
the good
favorite.
stuff.
Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. Just have some.
Dave Heil says, I have a limit also, just don't pay any attention to it. Yep. That makes sense. That makes sense. Tonight we'll be out at Chubby's Pizza if anybody
Ain't no
wants to come
laws
down.
when you're drinking
No,
claws.
no alcohol. No alcohol at Chubby's Pizza, but if you bring an old car or motorcycle, you get a free ice cream.
Right? Yeah.
So that's where my wife and I are going to have our anniversary dinner tonight.
So what-
Chubby's Pizza.
At Chubby's.
So what is your average of cars been out there, Charlie?
You know,
that's
it's-
usually
it's-
your bigger one, isn't
It's
it?
going to be a nice night tonight. There will be 100 plus there.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Yeah, it's huge. When it's like Trump says, it's huge. It's huge. But yeah, we'll have 100 plus, I'm sure, tonight just because the weather's looking good. Now, if the weather's sketchy, you may only get 25, 35, somewhere in there.
But you
yeah,
still get quite. That's good.
tonight it'll be big. Josh Faulkner, what's up with you, brother? Anyhow, yeah.
And so
100
tomorrow you're at the
tomorrow
VFW,
I'm
aren't
at
you?
the VFW baked steak sandwiches. Come out and eat your baked. I tell you, they are good, aren't they? You guys,
Yes, they're
You have
delicious.
one baked steak sandwiches. You ought to come out and join us. Get your baked steak sandwich tomorrow night.
VFW is kind of a scary place for me.
VFW is not scary.
It's like
They're
New
good
Vienna
guys.
and Sabina and
I tell you,
the scary places.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You say that, but
Is
scary.
this the place we did the Second Amendment thingy?
No, that's the Elks.
Yeah.
Scary places to me right now is just Wilmington in general. You drive around Wilmington more, you see all kinds of critters walking around there.
Critters.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, it worries me. I've got that rental in Wilmington. I'm almost just thinking about selling it just to get out of Wilmington because Wilmington, I tell you what, I sub in the high school, I sub in their schools, and I look at what's going on in town. Wilmington is on decline, folks. I mean, it's just on decline.
Well, it's been that way since it made the top 10 small towns in America or whatever.
We will be at
That was like
Chubby's
2
Pizza tonight,
decades ago.
Charlie, if I get home and Kimmy is not passed out on the chair in the front yard with her mouth open. Let me give you that one more time.
Fly
this is a
fly
coup.
catcher. That was a fly catcher.
Now, Jared, can you confirm or deny that I am correct on that the
You
other
are
day?
correct. I will affirm it. I cannot tell a lie.
Yeah, you were cute. It was funny. I mean, you can tell you're drunk. You're just like, I've seen that look too many times before on people.
Oh, I thought you meant for me. I'm like, no, you haven't.
Chuck Pilkington. I love this. My two bodyguards are watching today, Jared Friend and Chuck Pilkington. I mean, these guys are bad dudes. That's what we ought to have. We ought to have a bouncer bodyguard show and
I would like
bring
that.
these two on. I tell you what, if I ever get in big trouble, those are the first two guys I'm calling. That's Jared and Chuck. Because, I mean, they both are just, Let's put it this way. They're like the Bruce they're like the Bruce Lee they're like the Bruce Lee and Rocky of this area right here. I mean, they kick your butt right now. Just remember that. I got protection, folks, for all you haters out there. You guys have haters?
I
Got a lot of hater tots.
I'm sure we've got haters out
I
there, Charlie.
suppose.
I got haters. Yeah, I
Mine
know
aren't
that.
usually around here, but I got a lot of hater tots.
Hater toss. That's funny. I like that. I never heard it called that
Are
before.
most of your haters in Florida?
That is correct.
Okay.
Well, they can just stay down there.
Yeah.
Hiles is where's Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris. You know what? Hiles, I'll tell you what. You could be my Robert Byrd. There we go.
Robert Byrd.
Please enlighten me.
Harry Hartman. How you doing? Harry has got. But Harry, I'm a little disappointed with you right now. Harry just bought this beautiful Willys. I mean, this thing is awesome. I mean, this car is so nice.
Well, you should buy a Jeep.
This car is so nice, it could almost be the centerfold of Playboy. That's how neat this car is. I mean, it's got the big top.
They even have Playboy
it's
anymore?
That sexy. It's that cool. But he's selling it. I don't understand what you're selling it for, man.
Money for money. Everybody's raising a little extra scratch, Charlie.
I got all kinds of haters. He just bought it. I got all kinds of haters in Sabina. Ha ha ha! Love it. Yeah, but you
Yeah.
could kill all them.
That's right.
You could smash him like bugs.
Okay, this is a radio show program.
Yeah, it is.
You can't talk about killing people.
Sure, you could. As in jest, sure you could.
As long as it's not the
We're
last
not
hour.
serious.
The
We're
last
not
hour is
serious.
their children's program.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is he's bad. He's a big guy.
Who's this?
Kim's man, Jared.
Oh, yeah, Jared, yeah.
Yep.
Scares me.
Oh yeah, he's great. He is. He's great. Love him.
He's
love him, love him.
great, I think.
Yeah, no, I do too. I think.
Yeah.
I think. But we gotta get him not worried about some of those people. He's worried about Spider. He needs to raise his game.
We are.
Good.
There's people to worry about in Sabina.
We are burning lots of bridges.
And that's not a bad thing.
Actually,
Who are you worried about in Sabina?
No, just your regular
Ones you see in the Clinton County Jail every other week. Those.
or that one. There's some bad
Those
eggs.
people
some
are
bad eggs.
trash.
So-
Don't even
so wait
be
a minute,
worried
let me
about
get
them.
this straight.
They're like the scum on the bottom of
gold,
your
but,
shoe.
If Wilmington is in the decline, as you're saying, Charlie,
They are like the mud in the water. Like
Wilmington
you
is
gotta
on the
worry about
decline.
that. Like
so Sabina, you say, has already declined? Has this all been since you've been mayor?
Now, you know what?
Gone straight downhill?
Sabina isn't on the
Worried about
same
that.
level as decline as
Because it's not as
Wilmington.
large, it doesn't have as many problems.
Well, but yeah, exactly. And plus, let me just say it this way: I feel 10 times safer living in Sabina than I do Wilmington.
Well, that would make sense. Sabina is
Yeah.
smaller.
I-
There's
I-
still a bunch of tweakers and
There
crazy people
certainly
out there.
are.
There
We get-
are.
I call
Yeah,
it
but
Friday
you
night
don't
at
really
the
have to
asylum.
worry
We
about
get to watch across
tweakers.
the street.
I mean,
what
all you
happens
gotta
at the
do is
gas
like,
station.
here's some meth. When really it's like baby powder in a bag,
Yeah.
and then like throw it across the street and they'll run for it.
But it is.
Like-
It's
Well,
You know,
drug,
and then
unfortunately,
problem solved.
drug abuse is happening everywhere.
Boom.
And
It
it's
really
probably,
is. It really
as
is.
well as drinking, has
Or turn a
gone up
strobe light
because
on in
of
your
the
yard.
coronavirus.
You're right. You're right. People are. I mean, they do.
The health issues when it comes to drugs and alcohol have increased dramatically because of the corona.
Brian
I
Haynes is
believe that.
watching. Bill Moore, how
believe
you
that.
doing, Bill? Brian, now Brian won't be his dad. Steve Haynes will probably be out to VFW tomorrow night, so you can go out and see Steve Haynes. If you don't know who Steve Haynes is, he will sign an autograph for you. He looks like the Charlie Daniels of Clinton County. He is. He looks just spitting image.
Yeah, I
of
think
Charlie
I saw an
Daniels.
article that alcoholism has gone up 233% since
Probably more than
coronavirus.
that.
Yeah,
Probably more
sure.
than that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Sure, I bet it has. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they
I mean,
keep
I don't
shutting
know
the
how
bars
you could
down.
Yeah.
gauge it.
Well, people are drinking at home,
exactly
obviously,
that
like
much. I mean,
Kim.
yeah, well, you tell people to isolate at home. You don't want them going anywhere. People are going to get bored. What the heck are you going to
What
do
are
when
you
you're
going
stuck
to
at
do?
home by yourself?
I've
I
put on the
mean,
Corona 10. That's
You're either going to
that's for
eat
sure.
or you're going
Is
to
that
drink or
the-
you're going
the
to do
poundage?
both, I guess.
I
right?
put on. I was down 260, and I'm about 268, 269 right now, and I need to get that chopped off before.
I think I'm coming in at
But
like
also, what
235.
are depressed people going to do usually? Drink.
Commit suicide.
drink. They need to walk. They need to exercise. Oh, speaking of which,
That's what I do.
Why are you looking at me, Charlie, when you said that?
Speaking of which, Sydney, off the air, I do want to talk to you.
Okay.
No.
I want you to. Well, I can say it right now.
Sounds nefarious.
No, it's not. There's several things I want to be able to do.
Okay.
And I want you to be able. I want you, if you don't mind, set me up a little program
I can
where
do
I
that.
can do these.
Ooh.
Because we did talk a couple weeks ago, but it went nowhere about having maybe like you having a little yoga show. You
Okay.
know, which I think I would be up for that. I don't know about you, but I'd be up
Yoga's
for
a lot
that.
of fun, and it feels good.
You know, but I'm that's one thing I'm not. I'm not very flexible, so I need to work. I need to work on some flexibility, and I need to lose some weight. And I want Sydney. I need a plan. Does that make sense? I know what kind of plan I could come up with. Shut up, Kim. Anyhow, I need a plan.
Guys, it takes a long time to get good and to get comfortable with exercising. I mean,
Right.
it's
I
not
walk.
something that just happens overnight. And I mean, even for me, like I started off walking before I started jogging.
Right.
Prancing. You're prancing.
I walk.
I started stretching and then doing yoga before I started doing HIIT and doing weights. I mean, it wasn't like I just jumped right into it and was
They're like
able to
3
do
pound weights.
circuits.
What are you talking about weights? 3 pounds.
Hey, that
They're 5
helps.
pounds.
Okay, 5
First of all-
pounds. 5 pound
Hey,
weights.
all that's
Okay,
better
in
than
the
no weight.
last 6 months,
like one of
I
Kim's
have lost
44s.
almost 40 pounds. Okay.
But you don't need to lose right now. You need to firm now. You
Kim
need
has
to
a
Now
5
I'm
pound
in
limit.
the toning phase.
Yeah.
So
Kim, what are you doing to your drink there?
yeah, I don't know what Kim's doing, but my
Is that
point
coffee in
is,
that cup?
like,
Let me see it.
It's a whole progression. It doesn't just happen overnight.
So yeah, well that's what I need. I need a plan.
So,
I need
Sydney, how are these parents supposed to contact you about your school?
I need a coach.
I don't have a school.
Your school, the school,
And I also
Sydney's School
told
of.
my mom that I was not going to conform into teaching liberal ideology. So if I had
Well,
a
you don't have to
school-
don't
teach
have to
liberal
do that.
ideology if you're a
No.
teacher.
No, you don't have to do that.
No,
No.
I told my mom I wasn't giving up on going to law
And you know
school.
what? This would be a great idea. You
Who
have a
said anything
school.
about giving up on law school?
Yeah, you
She
have a
told me I
school,
wasn't going
and
to be
Charlie
able to
can be
follow
the
through.
band
Do
director.
that. You know what? Seriously, you know what you might want to think about doing, and you could make a little extra money doing it. Would be just offering some tutoring services.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna kill me.
No, I'm just saying.
Maybe for college students.
Yeah,
You
just
know what I mean? You could
tutoring.
up the
Yeah,
ante a
for
little bit so
college.
you know people who
and you could
actually
do
want-
it on. You could do it on Zoom. Yeah, one thing I feel neglected upon. I through this whole Corona thing, I have not had a Zoom meeting. I don't even have Zoom on my phone.
I
or
Zoom
anything.
all the time.
I know
all
you
my
do.
classes.
I Zoom a lot.
I never Zoomed at all.
Yeah, me too.
You
Well,
don't
Kim, you
at
Zoom
all.
other ways. Though.
But he's in the room when I Zoom, and he likes to try to talk to me when I'm Zooming.
Yeah, well, I don't know half the time when you Zoom.
I've
So,
got one speed,
you know,
full
you're
throttle.
you're Zooming, and I didn't know that. So, you know.
I did that the other day. Miami Trace's band director, he was on a Zoom meeting, and I got walk up behind him, give him money.
He's always talking to me when I'm Zooming.
That's what Rebecca Lockhart. How you doing, Rebecca? You got a new business or something going, don't you? Vinyl or something? I think. Did I see that?
You mean like vinyl signage?
No, yeah, with signage. Yeah, I think.
Oh,
So
or you mean like the stuff that Kim and
I was
Jared
gonna say
do?
vinyl records. Woo!
Not
Hey.
Bring 'em
bondage.
back. Bring 'em back.
vinyl records.
Is that
are hot
vinyl?
right now?
I love vinyl records. I grew up with vinyl records.
Donna Elkin, how you guys doing? Do me a favor,
Shrink
folks.
wrap.
See that little button down the left-hand corner? It's on the left-hand corner of mine now. Hit share. Share the show for us if you don't
Kids
mind.
these days.
I'm like all the way out there. You got me out of sight. But it's for some targeted today.
You're targeted every day.
Yes.
Anytime we're on, right?
I swear.
I feel like you. Like
Once again, that's why you're on that end and I'm on this end.
Yeah, well, this is correct because you're on the far
Yeah.
right, she's on the far left, and Sydney and I are in the middle. That makes sense.
I don't know. Sometimes Sydney's right of me.
Oh, I don't believe
well,
that.
yeah.
Is that true?
She's that angry black woman. We're just waiting for our reparations. I'm going to be a millionaire.
Yeah, hey, I was thinking about it. You definitely, if they do something stupid like that, you need to get in
sign
line.
up. Yeah,
I
that's
think
right.
I'm going to get in line.
Well, we can't even get stimulus. How's she going to get reparations?
Heck,
They're going to say she's not
I'm
black
darker than
enough.
you. Look at
Wait,
that.
what are you talking about? Reparations? I know what they are, but what are you talking
my,
about?
My last name's Hargrave. I
But they're
mean,
talking about
there's lots of
trillions
black
of dollars in reparations to black people for all their,
Hargrave. The slavery
yeah.
stuff.
From 200 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
course.
and I best get some reparations for being Jewish as well.
No, they don't do that. It's just
I
being
think
black.
that would be asinine.
Yeah.
I mean, I just.
Well, that's
That's
of
what-
some
that's
of
what
these
they wanna do.
cities are like talking about that. I don't know how cities could even afford it.
By the way, Twitter has now banned posting images of the Star of David. And
Yeah, get that.
I'm a little
Why?
peeved about
Hateful.
this.
It's hateful.
It's not. It's a
It's not
apparently hate speech.
Isn't that Israel's flag?
Yes.
But I think they probably say the same thing about the U.S. flag if you post it on Twitter. It's probably
I
hateful.
tell you what, things are nuts. You're probably right. I mean, and Twitter, I think, banned a bunch of the Q accounts supposedly.
They have banned all QAnon accounts.
So,
And they are taking them all down.
Do you
Oh,
follow?
I like
I do
Q.
too.
Yeah.
I do too. Now see?
Yep, where we go one, we go all, baby. Now, where was that from? Where's that from? Where we go one, we go all. That's a big Q thing. What's that from?
Is that a movie?
No.
I don't know.
Where we go one, we go all. If you ever see that on a hat like WWG1, WGA, that is a Q thing. Where we go one, we go all. That is off of Kennedy's boat, off the bell on his boat. Where we go one, we go all. Because it's interesting. If you compare like John F. Kennedy, like to Trump and some of these people today, they are a lot more in line than Kennedy would be with his own Democratic
That's
Party.
true.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean,
And,
there is no
that.
Democrat Party anymore. It's all progressive, communist, socialist.
Yeah, you wonder
like
if they
him.
shouldn't just change their name to the Socialist Party, really.
I think they will.
yeah.
I think they will. Did you? What was it? Which I don't know. There was a senator or congressman that introduced a resolution in Congress to make since we're nullifying all these things
Right.
to cancel the Democrat Party because of their past of racism. And
Yeah,
all
that
the-
was funny. Heck, Louis
Yeah.
Gomez.
yeah,
or something
Gohmert,
like that. Yeah.
Gohmert, yeah, Texas.
Gohmert, yeah, and he, that was pretty good.
Well, I mean, they, the cancel culture. They should look at their own party and say, this is
Nancy
and they could
Pelosi, the three people that she took down the speaker's portraits
we're all Democrats. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's pretty funny. I don't know if y'all saw, I posted, because of the coin shortage, I posted both on my Facebook story and I tweeted a picture of my passport with a dollar coin and then a bunch of $half coins. And I said, no coin shortage here. And someone actually tweeted back at me and said, cool quarters.
That was your stalker, the one in Florida.
And they were
Okay.
clearly not quarters.
But now, did you hear Taco Bell is giving you free tacos if you pay in coins?
Really?
Yeah,
So
I've
To
not
help-
heard
to
that.
check
to help
that
with the
out.
corn
Now,
corn
but
shortage.
I have I went to Walmart yesterday, and this ticks me off because they did
You
it.
can't pay with cash.
They did it sneakily.
Did you wear
if
your
that's
mask?
a word. Yeah, I wore my mask.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyhow, I go out to go to pay
At the self-checkout.
at self checkout.
Were there any lanes open where you could have
Yeah,
actually?
You know what?
You can't pay
Washington,
with cash.
Washington Courthouse Walmart, I will give them hands up and clap for them a little bit because I bet you they had 6 or 7 checkout lanes open plus the self checkout. I couldn't believe it.
Except, let's clarify this: the Walmart in Wilmington has,
No checkout lines.
but
usually.
they've remodeled their. It's a much nicer Walmart than the
Okay,
Walmart
Rick,
in Fayette
he's
County.
getting to the point.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Rick likes it.
Let
It's
him
okay.
tell the important
All right, Charlie, go
part.
ahead. Tell the important part.
It's okay. I'm used to it. I come back. I can circle the horses here. But now
He
I'm
keeps
getting ready
his
to
thoughts.
pay. I'm getting ready to pay. And something come up, like I don't even know what it said, but it just said, you want to, the big letter said, you want to continue with this transaction. I didn't see it said, this is only a credit or debit card. I
Right.
really didn't care. I had cash or debit card. I didn't really care. So anyhow, I wanted to get I had a $100 bill. I wanted to get it broke.
Right.
So I go ahead and charge everything up, which I got some really great deals, but that's beside the point. But then it comes up, it says, try to put my money in, it won't take it. So I
Right.
called the woman, I said, your machine's broke over here. She goes, no, remember when you hit that thing at the beginning? That meant you were paying with debit card only on this machine. I
Right.
said, well, it didn't say that very broadly. I said, all it
It's
said
real
was
quick.
to go. It just said, do you want to go on with this transaction? Which, yeah, I wanted to go on with the transaction. So anyhow, I put my debit card in. But now I know the reason for the coin shortage. And we are all so dumb for not realizing this, or maybe I'm dumb and you guys already realized it and just didn't tell me. The reason they want that card in there is because of all this corona tracking. They want to track where you've been. It has nothing to do with a coin shortage. They want to, okay, well, if Charlie Hargrave gets a corona,
Just
we've got
fall
him.
on your head.
We've got him tracked here. That's the first time I ever had to use a card because
It's been
wasn't
happening for
cash.
about
But
2 or
no,
3
wait.
But
In,
if
in all
it's not-
honesty, in
Is
all
that
right?
honesty,
Yeah.
in all honesty,
That's
the
what I've been
Walmart has
screaming.
had the terminals that are cash only and terminal.
But now I think this
They've
is-
had that for way before the corona.
What
But
he's saying though is if you go
they're
down the regular
tracking you.
lanes, you
You're
can
right.
use cash still and buy stuff.
Yeah.
If you go down the self-checkout lanes, you
Well, there's
have
never
to
any
use your
regular
card.
lanes open in Wilmington.
In-
Yeah, well,
in
in
Washington
courthouse, there's
the
6.
regular lanes
I love
Yeah.
open.
courthouse.
Yeah.
But then I go to Aldi's later because we had actually some of your spaghetti linguine or whatever you give us last night. Thank you very much. And we had to get some just
Sauce.
ground beef and sauce. Yeah. So anyhow, and we actually got ground chicken, which was actually pretty good. So anyhow, I go to pay again. With no change given, so I just used my debit card again. Then it hit me. That's what's going on here. They're tracking you. They're tracking every movement. Big Brother is, and when you see jobs open, what are they calling these people that find the corona people? What are they calling?
Contact tracing.
Contact
That's
tracers.
Big Brother. That's contact tracers are just
McCarthyism at
another
its
name
finest.
for Big Brother.
You got it.
And
So, Charlie, did you ever file your census information?
no.
Weren't you supposed to be a census taker?
They called me last week and said, yeah, we're going to have our training Sunday, August 2nd.
Okay, so that's
My
As a
car
car
show.
show.
short notice.
My car show is August 2nd.
So you're not going to do the.
I said I can't do it. And plus, this was supposed to happen like throughout July, middle of June and July. Well,
Now he's gotta start
School's
school.
getting ready to start. So I'm like, but see, then I'm also like, will school start? Should I go ahead and try to do the census thing? Because then I'll at least
But
have some
you
money coming
yourself
in.
have not done any census information personally,
No.
right?
Oh, that's all right.
Kim, have you? Hello.
No, I can
Lady
tell you
at
right
the
She
other end of
doesn't
the
have to
table.
give out her personal information on the radio.
Well,
she
we
doesn't want to.
haven't filed anything either. Of course, we've also moved, so
I don't think I ever
They would find it
got
very
I think
difficult.
the
I'm pretty
census
sure
in
it's
the
a
mail.
constitutional law to have to file the census, to fill out the census every 10 years or something.
you
It's written
have
in
to.
the Constitution.
It's you
Well-
legally have to.
Illegally, yeah.
Yeah, they can hunt you down.
I have no problem doing it, but
I do right now.
seriously,
If you
I
don't,
haven't had it sent to me.
no, if you don't file, then they come to see you. Sort of like Internal Revenue.
Well, and that's another
Okay.
reason I hadn't filled it out. I thought if I'm going to do this, I'll get myself first. I'll get all this stuff, and
Right.
I'll get myself and take care of it that way.
Well, there was the big controversy because Trump wanted to ask the question as to whether or not you were a citizen on the census. And the whole purpose behind that is, which once again is another error in the things that have been done over the years, is that we've been counting illegal immigrants as people that count towards representation in Congress, which we shouldn't be. They shouldn't be represented. They're not citizens. Citizens are the only ones that should be represented.
I
Okay.
cannot disagree.
No. Okay. So California has many more Congress people because of that very reason. And there's other states that stand to lose, like California, like New York, like Illinois. They would all lose at least one representative in this new census if they were able to ask that question and discount illegals. So it's the same thing with the 14th Amendment that we were talking about, as far as the fact that just because you're born here shouldn't make you a U.S. citizen, especially if you're born here by two illegals. If one of your parents is a citizen, yes, you should be a citizen. But just the fact that you're born, and it was never intended to be that way. If you actually look at the Constitution and you look at the way it is written, it has been misconstrued, particularly by the Democrats all these years. So where they were making anyone born here, that's why we get Chinese sending their, pregnant women over here in order to be able to have that dual citizenship. So, it shouldn't be. All those people should be deported.
What Chinese people do you know?
They
that
come
are
here.
being
There's
sent
actually a
here?
whole industry where Chinese will come here to have their children, so that they
Where
can
are
be
them
citizens.
Chinese people at?
The West Coast.
Vicky Boy's watching. Tyler Mountjoy is watching.
Hi,
Ray
Vicky.
Wolf, how you guys doing?
Look it up. I mean, it's a whole industry.
I mean, there are a bunch of Hispanic people that do this.
No.
but I
These
don't-
are Chinese. These are people that are coming from China, from the Orient, from Asian countries
They are
that
not
come
rugs,
here.
Richard.
They come here. They come here. Literally.
Richard. Oh,
They come.
serious, Richard, dear.
Yeah. Are you talking
Anyhow,
They're not noodles. They're not bowls of
here's
soup.
here's something though. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but the kid that is born here, they didn't have any choice.
Yeah, I mean, do you
Doesn't
think
matter.
They,
Has
they
nothing
were
to do
in
with
the
it.
womb, like, bring me to America.
Well,
I
it
want
doesn't
citizenship."
matter.
Well, wait, hang
don't
on
think
a
so.
second. Hold on a second. So here's my answer to that. Mom and Dad
broke the law.
They broke the law.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
And they need to pay for it some way. But the kid, I don't think broke the law, but the kid maybe shouldn't necessarily be a citizen right away.
Well, no, I agree. They
but
should
have a easier path to citizenship because they didn't break.
No. In fact, I would, when we talk DACA, which obviously is the deferment for those that were born here illegally, as far as I have no objection to the young people that were born here, that were raised here, that are as American as any other American citizen, but I don't think they should just be granted citizenship simply because they're born here.
But it should be an easier path.
That's right. I agree. I have no problem with that. And in fact, I think that Donald Trump actually tried to negotiate that not too long ago, and the Dems did not want that to happen. But of course, we know there are far more illegals in this country, probably 45 million, rather than the 11 or the 15 that they keep talking about, which they've used that figure for the last 50 years. It's more like 45 million illegals that are in the country. And it's the same thing with these kneelers, these baseball players. Half of them are from the Dominican Republic. Half of them are from Canada, like Joey Votto. Deport the son of a guns. They kneel. They don't have any reason to be here. Send them back to Canada. Send them back to the Dominican Republic.
Mike Ditka said. Mike Ditka, he said, yeah.
I don't go according to that either. Everybody
I have no problem because as far as professional sports right now, I'm done with that. I mean,
ditto.
Jay Post is watching, but Jim Gregory's watching, and he has a comment here. He says, hackers love debit cards. They can be used out of the U.S., and then look out. I will always use nothing but a credit card. You can dispute charges, and I will sell them some change.
That's a very good point.
I have saved for about 30 years, laugh out loud. Well, get your change back into the economy.
Yeah, debit cards are a lot more dangerous than credit cards. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Jay Post is watching. Pokey. How you doing, Pokey?
Is he Pokemon?
Yeah, he's Pokey. He's Pokey. He has DJ service down Greenfield. Plus, he's a fireman, emergency medical guy. Plus, he always
Jack
has
of all trades.
And he always has. I don't know if he still does it or not, but I know he used to, and I think he probably still does. He used to have a very cool Christmas display at his home where you drive by and actually tune the radio in and watch his display.
Oh, one of them.
Yeah,
does he play that annoying music?
Well, that's Christmas music. If you think that's annoying,
all right.
Smile, Sydney.
Did the light?
When it starts in November.
Sydney's Jewish.
Smile, Sydney.
She doesn't like Christmas. She's like a Grinch.
I don't do Christmas.
She's Jewish.
But you can still smile. You can still enjoy.
I don't really do any holidays.
Oh, Halloween! Come on.
Nah.
Got to do Halloween.
I mean, I do fall.
Fall is not a holiday.
Lorraine,
I like pumpkin
how you doing,
spice.
Lorraine? Lorraine had a great car show last week at Bowersville. 144
I was going to say that
cars.
really looks like there were a lot of cars.
144 cars.
I didn't even think the village could hold that many cars.
She did a great job, and even with that successful car show, she brought something to Bowersville. It's probably the biggest event they've had there in the last 2 years has been her car show. And what's dumb is there was a guy, and I'm not doing this, Lorraine, to make you mad or anything, but she knows too. There's an idiot just making a butt out of himself the whole day. And so guess what? Lorraine probably will not bring that car show back to Bowersville, and it's going to hurt a lot of people. Most people enjoyed it, but because this one jughead basically.
Well, I mean, was he somebody important, or I mean,
well,
was like
I come
city,
to find out,
a village administrator.
I guess I come to find out. I guess this dude was on the town council, but he just was a jerk the whole day. And
well, like what was he doing, Charlie?
Well, I hadn't even turned my music on yet. It's too loud. It's too loud. And then instead of coming and talking to me, he sends his 14-year-old daughter over to argue his argument for him. And she was super nice, and we got along fine. But I'm just like, dude, get a life. I mean, I'm sure he's a Democrat. I mean,
but there's not, Bowersville doesn't even have a restaurant, right?
No.
So when you bring a car show to Bowersville.
They had a food truck there.
Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah.
Had a food truck there, a porta potty, and a gas station right around the corner, and lots of churches.
And they do have a post office.
Yeah.
Everywhere has a post office.
Mark Klingler, who has been on our show before.
I've heard of him.
Mark Klingler is the township trustee for over there, but he didn't make it to the car show. He's not feeling great right now, so prayers sent out to Mark
hope
Klingler.
You're feeling better, Mark. Have some chocolate milk.
Yeah, yes, he could. And just don't give Dean any. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, you can dispute charges on a debit card.
Yes, you can. It's a
But it's
For
not
anyone
as
who
easy.
Doesn't know. It might depend on what bank you have, but my bank actually
your bank's
went
really good.
after the company on my behalf that
Yeah.
I disputed.
Crystal,
the charges
she's
for.
with Peoples, and they went after.
I'm with PNC.
Oh, I'm with Fifth Third. I've never had a debit card problem yet in Aquawood. So
My bank
was
is
over
in
plane
my
tickets.
bank's in Seattle.
Mine was over plane tickets.
Crystal's was over. I don't know. She bought like supposedly. I don't know if it was makeup or what. But she bought some stuff she never bought. They said, and she proved it right. And
Maybe it was because
People's.
mine was like, I don't know, what, $500 or something? I don't know.
I don't know, but
hers was a couple $100.
Sydney tried to, when you bought a ticket for Florida and there was no flight.
Yeah, there was actually,
was a
I bought a plane ticket on like one of those sites like Hotwire or something.
Yeah.
And then the flight didn't exist.
Didn't exist.
With the airline.
Interesting. Was it going to Bermuda?
I don't
Bill
Who
Mahanes
knows?
is
The flight didn't actually
Bill
exist,
Mahanes is
so
online?
couldn't
Bill
actually take
Mahanes
the
is
flight.
watching.
Did you get
Heat
your money
wave.
back?
Bill was supposed to
good.
be here.
So
Good.
they refunded the
He-
money, but
Mahanes, how long are you off? Are you off till next Tuesday or?
Heat wave is here. How is Heat wave today?
I think Heat Waves. He's back to work, isn't he?
I was
Yeah.
pissed.
Yeah.
Did you see something about Bermuda? I just, for some reason, I don't think I dreamed this, but where Bermuda is like,
They're not accepted. I think it's the Bahamas.
Bermuda, I think, is taking like American citizens over there, giving them housing and
Oh yeah,
offering
because they're trying
jobs.
to get.
Huh.
I saw this in my digital nomads
might be
group.
my
They're
out.
trying to get Americans to move down there right now, Bermuda, but the Bahamas is not accepting Americans right now.
Oh, okay.
Bermuda is. The
They make
Bahamas
great
is not.
onions.
I want to buy some
And
property
shorts.
in Bailey's.
Thanks,
buy what?
Charlie. The guy
Property
came to
in
me
Bailey's.
later
Actually
while
sell.
I was picking up trash and apologized and said it wasn't him and kept saying that. Lord, it was him. And Lorraine, I tell you what, next year, MC's Bar and Grill in Wilmington, let's have that puppy over there. You got plenty of room.
Plus, Charlie
And-
gets free food.
And no, well, I got free food there. And no one,
Charlie
no one
gets
will
free food
complain.
everywhere.
I do. That's my
Charlie
job.
won't show up unless
Is
he gets
Bowersville
fed.
having their yard sale days this year?
They already did.
They already did.
Yeah,
Already
Bowersville has that. It's like the second or third week in May
did.
usually.
Oh, I thought it was a Labor Day thing.
Yeah, Bowersville yard
Well,
sale days.
Labor Day's that big across the country yard sale, isn't it?
Route
They have it like everywhere.
Route something. There's a route to it.
Yeah, down through Kentucky and down,
Yeah.
down through Tennessee and on up.
Yeah,
Hmm.
there's a whole route.
Like
I can't.
160 miles of it or
What
something.
is it? Though? What's the
I
route?
don't know what that is.
I don't remember either.
I don't either.
I think Heat Wave is here.
Heat Wave is in the house. Heat Wave not in the house, but he's on. Yeah. William Haynes going back out tomorrow.
Okay.
Trucking.
So, Bill, what are you hauling as of late?
Can you stop asking because he's not going to tell you?
I know what he's hauling. Lion's Den stuff.
Lion's Den.
Well, they don't call him Wild Bill for
That's
nothing.
that's why he can't say anything.
Just don't call him William.
He's
It's on our list.
he said R127s, whatever that is.
Route 127.
Oh, Route 127.
That's it.
Okay, yeah, Route 127.
We thought it
Thank
was
you.
like AK-47.
Yeah. No, wait a minute. What Joe Biden call them? AK-14s or something?
Oh.
No. What is it? AR-14s. It's the AR-15s.
Those
That's what
are
they call
real dangerous.
them. AR-14s.
They're
Those
so
are-
dangerous they don't exist.
You don't think there's any chance of that guy getting elected, do you?
I don't think
I
so.
hope not.
Rick is concerned.
Cows go moo.
Rick is really concerned.
I am
But-
concerned.
But you know,
I
it's,
hope not.
it's like some polling that was put out yesterday said at this point when Dukakis was running against George Bush, Dukakis was way up in the polls. I mean, even higher than when
Well,
Hillary was running against
We know
Trump.
that the
Yeah.
polling is wrong. We know that it never reflects. And most people that are Trump supporters will not even say that they are because they don't want to have to even
up
deal
with
with the
the
people.
You know who we
harassment.
should ask? Dave Martin. I wonder who he thinks is going to win. He was the biggest personality on 700 WLW, but he's now been taken off the airwaves. So we should give him some time to be on the airwaves here.
Sydney.
No?
Oh my God.
Dave, I'm not answering your phone calls.
So
You call
stop
every day. Don't
calling.
call.
Oh, I tell you, there's two.
Thanks.
Bill
There's two
Raybeck
people
said,
that could sue us. There's two.
Bill
people that could
Raybeck
sue
said
us.
that he would give
He
you
can't sue
a
me.
10-minute segment if you wanted to call in on the Razor's Edge every week. 10 minutes. Go back to professional dialing.
Oh, Steve, there's Charlie Daniels, Clinton County. Steve Haynes, what's happening, brother? We'll see you tomorrow night. See you at the VFW.
Bake steak.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Carol.
Bake
Sue.
steak. Yep, bake steak. Bake.
So how many cars you been getting out there, Charlie?
At VFW, we only have one so far because last week.
One car?
What? No, shut up. No, we only have one event. We had 17, show up, bikes and cars, which was good. We didn't have it last week because, like, it's supposed to start at 5, at 4, 4:15, 4:20.
Started raining.
It was pouring. It looked like crap. Then, of course, at 5, 5:15, 5:30, it opened
Cleared up.
And it was
Yep.
beautiful, but we'd already canceled it. So, but yeah, hopefully we'll be there tomorrow night. But yeah, the VFW cruise in tomorrow night, 5 to 8. Come out, folks. It's fun. I mean, and the nice thing is, if it's hot, they keep that place nice and air conditioned. You can go in there and have you a cool drink.
Still scares me. I don't know what it is. Kind of creepy place.
Dude.
The VFW?
VFW is cool. I used
Dark
to.
and it's
I
No,
like
it's
scary.
not.
those
It's not that dark,
dark
in there.
and-
It is
yeah.
dark.
Just come
Too
on.
dark. Put some lights in there. It'll light it up a
No,
little
you don't
bit.
want lights in a bar.
Well, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't have to be so dark that you run into people.
It's not that dark.
It's not that dark.
It's not that dark.
Kind of a creepy place.
Will you stop? It's a good place. And by the way, the
Steak
VF,
sandwiches are
the
great.
VF,
I might change my mind if you send me some baked steak sandwiches.
the VFW car show is next Sunday, August 9th. So there
What's
you
the
go. You can come
difference?
out for the day. Huh?
What's the difference between one's a cruise in, the other's a car
cruise
show?
in is no one pays any entry fee. Just bring your cars. You come and go as you please. And we play some music, and it's just a happy little gathering.
Just get together.
A car show is still a happy
Exchange
little gathering.
Corona.
But they do give out trophies and door prizes, and there's an entrance fee and all that. So, and usually a car show, you're trying to make money for something. So there you go.
Sydney's waiting her 3 minutes.
Did you? Oh, I thought you give him the Russian salute. There
No,
or
no, no.
something.
And then
Okay.
we've got to start the child's hour.
the child's.
Yeah, we got to
nah,
dial it back for the
we're
last
okay.
hour of the show because the kids are up at 10 o'clock.
Nah, mine wasn't. Mine would stay in bed till 11.
Yours is up all night.
Yeah, that's the thing. They stay up all night, then they're in bed.
Sleep in during the day.
Yep. Whips and chains, handcuffs, strawberry whipped cream, and chocolate syrup. That's what Haynes is delivering right there. There you go. That's what he says.
So it is Lion's Den stuff.
That's what I said. Or maybe he was just talking about last night. I don't know.
Sydney is not, she's Jewish and she's crossing herself. Okay.
There's something wrong with that picture in there. You're just trying to cover all your bases.
I'm just covering them all.
Covering all your bases.
Just in case.
I've
Just
met
in case.
Mahanes at this point.
Well, what do you guys think? Baseball's back. Notice I'm wearing
Yawn.
my red shirt today.
Yawn.
Did you see old Fauci up there in the stands with his mask off, sitting right
Yes.
beside DPS?
Well, did
Beautiful,
Did you
wasn't
see
it?
what number was on the back of his jersey?
19, I did. I did.
Why?
COVID.
Oh, jeez. Well, and his first pitch was almost as bad as Mark Mallory's when he threw one out.
No, it was very much like Barack Obama's when he was in his,
terrible.
what do they call those pants? The
Skinny jeans?
Skinny jeans. He was in his skinny jeans throwing the ball
It was
like a girl.
terrible.
They should have let Michelle throw the ball.
That's right. She would have fired it right over. She would have fired it right over the plate.
Haynes said I opened up a can of worms. Uh-oh.
She.
All right, guys, I have to ask. Somebody's got to tell. Where does the Michael Robinson come from Michelle Obama? Where do we have this name?
Well, that's who he really
Michelle
is.
Obama is.
I understand.
That's who he was prior to
Michelle
being
Obama.
Michelle.
collusion.
No, I mean he was born Michael Robinson.
I tell you, the only
She
thing
was, or whatever.
the only thing I've ever seen on that, and what we're talking about, in case you haven't figured this out yet, is suppose there's always been this conspiracy theory, and it may be true, it may not be. Where
just
Michelle, no, wait a minute, where Michelle Obama is a man, Michael Robinson. And I tell you, the most telling fact that got me was comedian Joan Rivers was friends with Barack Obama, and they were talking to her at one point.
She had a Joe
about,
Biden moment.
No, they were talking to her at one point about Barack Obama maybe running for president, and they said Michael. And she said, "Well, Michael, yeah, he won't run for president just because of Michael." And this was just an honest interview and all that, and everybody goes, "Well, who's Michael?" Well, that's his lover. And then we come to find out that Michael is Michelle Obama. It's a Joan Rivers, and she wasn't trying to be funny. I mean, this was just like a conversation they were having, and I tell you what, just in her honesty and the way she said it. It did seem like...
Well, it's not just that. It's the fact that they have pictures of Michelle or Michael as a kid. There are no pictures of their children when they were young as babies or anything like that.
There are no pictures of Michelle pregnant.
They were supposed to be
However,
adopted.
there's zero
And
pictures
just recently,
of her pregnant.
Just recently, a gentleman came forward and said he was the father of the two girls. So, that obviously...
Horse feathers.
So no,
Teresa Moore Shoemaker, who runs the VFW, is watching.
It
now.
is was
It's
it,
really
it
a
is
thing?
what
like
it
people
is.
really think that.
Oh, no question. Just like we know that Barack Obama was not born in this country.
Dave Hiles, he's out of here. He doesn't want to talk about Michael, whoever it is.
And when have we ever known Joan Rivers to not keep it real? She
I
usually
can't
says whatever the heck's on her mind.
Well,
I'm just saying,
Well, she had a Biden moment,
I'm just saying.
In this interview,
She
you need to
usually
look
keeps
at
it real.
I think I will.
Yeah, in this
saying.
interview, I mean, she wasn't
She
trying to
usually
be
spills
funny.
the
She was
tea,
just
and she.
yeah.
So
Good
anyway,
sad,
Sydney,
but-
are you going to do your plug?
Real quick, you are listening to WZAA 106.9 LPFM in Jeffersonville, Ohio. This is the Morning Zoo.
And Charlie, you haven't done your roar for a long time. Was that you that used to do the roar for the zoo for WZAA?
Yeah.
Can
The
you
ZAA.
not
Karen
talk
Burnett as a
during the
Tarzan?
roar?
Can you do that?
No.
There's only 1 hour left of this, and then back to oldies.
So
Mahane
did
said
we
that
trigger-
Was Michelle's
did we
other boyfriend?
Did we trigger Hiles?
I think perhaps.
I think so.
Hashtag triggered. Okay, Karen.
He's like, I'm out of here.
Karen. Oh, Hiles just got called Karen. We've been kind of mean today, and just for the record, I have not.
We're
been,
spilling the
I have
tea.
not been mean to anyone today. So when you direct your lawsuits this way, direct them to the appropriate people.
Hey, I
please.
don't care.
direct them toward me. All right.
Doesn't bother me. No skin off my nose.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Hey, we need to get a clock in here. Do I need to
I'm
buy?
We
killing
do have a
Well,
clock.
Zach-
It's laying down there, so you
It's
can't see it.
wrong. Yeah, it's where we
a good
can't
place
see it.
for it.
I'm going to pull the clock off the
Gosh.
desk over here of Sydney. And that's the
No,
clock
you're
we
not
should. Yeah.
taking my clock off.
It's
my
like a
desk.
$10 clock.
It's
Amanda
mine.
Knopf. How you doing, Amanda? She's watching. Amanda, great girl. I got my storage shed from Amanda. She
Is that
took
the
me
one
out
that
there.
is
The Barney
painted?
shed.
Painted.
The purple, the McLean.
Yeah,
shed.
McLean.
McLean. That's where I
Those are
taught
McLean
for most of
colors.
the years. I got my purple and gold shed out there,
Right.
and I'm sure people don't like it, but I don't care.
Is that the sea shed?
That is my storage shed, which I need to start putting
What do
some
you
more
put in it?
stuff because, to be honest with you, if I do get this three-wheeler, I'm going to have to create a little more room. The
In
three-wheel kit.
your garage?
Yes.
I thought you cleaned your garage out.
It's
a never-ending
better.
battle.
No, it's better than it was. I mean, I can get the motorcycle in there, 2 lawnmowers, and a Hearst, so that ain't bad. But I still need to clean some stuff out. I need to. I tell you what, and I don't know if anybody else is like this or not, but my parents have been gone now. My mom died in 2012. My dad was like 2009, I believe. And I still got stuff I need to go through. Because every time I start going through it, it brings back those memories. And
So
it's
these are
like-
your parents' things?
some of it is, not all of it, but some of it is still. And I'm just like, and some of it you hate to get rid of because, well, and it was really cool. It's like, my mom had an award from Wilmington College, and I kept it, it's in my office, as a matter of fact. So when you guys come to my office next time, just look inside and, I just do things to honor her and my dad. So, but it's still tough, I tell you what, and when you lose one parent, it's one thing. It's not bad. But when the second one goes, it's a lot tougher because that's it. I mean, there's an emptiness.
You're on your own.
Yeah, and And to be honest with you, that emptiness, even though it's 2020, is still there somewhat. Yeah, it is still there. And I'm not saying that to be melancholy. I'm just saying that just to be truthful. You know, it's hard. It's hard. So if you still got your parents, don't take them for granted. You know, if you're older out there and you still got your parents, you know, stay in contact with them. If you have any kind of fault with them or any kind of a deal where, you know, you don't get along for some petty reason, get over it.
Let it
You'll
go.
regret it.
Right.
You will regret it in the end. Dennis Zerfus, how you doing?
Hey, Dennis.
Wendy Bernard, how are you doing? Jason Walt, how you doing? There's our county auditor. I hate writing you checks, just so you know that. But you got all my money on time this time, so you're welcome. He's the county auditor for Clinton County, so there you go.
Kim, do you owe him any money?
I like Jason. I about killed him one time, though. I about threw him off the golf cart when we were playing golf one time. Wendy Bernard's watching. Dennis Zervis. Dennis, I heard that you're not going to set up at Cedar Creek Flea Market anymore. Is there any truth to that? If there is, you're more welcome to come out and set up at the car show this Sunday. You can follow me and my gang of warriors that go to different car shows and set up. Let me know if you're interested.
What does he peddle?
They do a lot of different stuff. He does a lot of artsy, craftsy stuff, but probably the biggest thing they do is cornhole boards. And cornhole bags, and they do a lot of sewing. But
Well, when we start doing our live sales, Dennis can bring in his cornhole.
Are you a
Boards.
cornholer, Rick?
he does very good.
Nah, not really.
No.
No, he's a cornholio.
Yeah. I hear that's big though at B-Dubs. Don't they have like a cornhole set up outside or
I
something?
like playing
I think if you
cornhole, but
can
I'm not very
bowl or
good.
pitch softball, you can play cornhole.
Well, anybody can play it. It's fun to play.
Yeah, I mean it's just beanbags.
There you go. That's what you ought to start instead of a football league. You could start your little cornhole
Professional
league.
cornhole. Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what. Have you seen those guys?
No, I'm telling you,
Oh
it's
my
just like
gosh.
it's surprising. You know, I don't care whether you're talking darts or you're talking e-gaming or whatever. There's a lot of stuff that's a lot bigger than the crap that they've got on with professional sports now. I'd rather watch that.
April and Dennis said, yep, they're no longer at Cedar Creek Flea Market. Well, I don't know what you're going to do. Well, I know April got a full-time job, so she'd probably like to have a day off a week. But, hey, if you guys want, you can come out and set up my car show. The only thing I charge, donate a door prize. That's all you got to do. Something you're sick of looking at, donate it for a door prize. We'd like to get about 30 or 40 door prizes. I probably got about 15 or 20, but I do have some nice stuff for a silent auction. I got a couple socket sets, and I got to throw this out to Bain Welker. Bain Welker, they're great. They always donate me like a toy tractor, and the value of this toy tractor is like
$50,
$110.
110.
It's
Wow.
a big one. I mean, it's fairly good
Metal?
size.
Is
Oh
it
yeah,
metal?
yeah. International Harvester, and you got John
That's the
Deere.
brand they sell,
You got
isn't
the
it?
John Deere, and they look at you cross-eyed like, you want what? And Bain Welker, they don't even ask any questions. Yeah, we'll take care of you. So, I mean,
May I have the toy tractor?
you can bid on it. You can bid on it.
Can she have it?
You'll bid. You can bid on it. I
Didn't
mean,
you see? We had all those
somebody can
tractors
bid on
and
the toy
everything in
tractor.
the basement. Didn't you see all the stuff that Preston took?
Wait,
Some of that
it's
stuff's
not like
valuable.
a full size.
No.
It's about like this big, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're pretty
I can't
big.
It's a
ride
toy.
on it.
No,
You can't
no,
ride on it.
can't.
Oh.
We'll get
I
you
don't
a
want it
Barbie
anymore.
dream car. How's that? Want a Barbie dream car?
No.
Mm.
I wanted a tractor.
There you go. You can get her a tractor, Rick. There you go.
Well, I mean, when she lived in, where was that? The corn state? Nebraska?
Nebraska. Michelle Spears, what's happening? Michelle, I think she just.
And he's worried about Joe Biden.
Michelle, didn't you just send a daughter off to the Navy or something? Did I see that? I think
I'm
maybe.
not sure.
I think so. I'm part-time, but work 5 days a week. This is April. Yes, need time to enjoy life. I agree, April. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But you could come out and enjoy life Sunday at our car show and just bring a few things. You don't have to bring all your stuff. And you might make a few bucks, you know. So, and if you want to set up underneath the cover, you can if you'd like. All right. She makes wax tarts for your wax warmers.
I love those.
What?
I don't know what that
What's that?
means.
The
like
wax
Scentsy
warmers are
stuff.
like
Wax?
Oh.
electric
Did we say
Little
wax
wax
tarts?
Tarts.
Is it fragrance?
For your
Air
wax
air
warmers?
freshener stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
oh, they're good. They smell good.
What
They
what
do.
are the flavors?
Oh my
All
gosh.
kinds.
Yeah.
All kinds. Yeah. There's
Woods, leather, sun, beach, coconut,
whatever
flowers,
you want.
roses,
You know.
florals, woodsies.
know.
Yeah, all of that. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really good smelling
Swamp
stuff.
butt, everything.
Yeah. Well, what was that one? Well, who's the movie star that she made was a fragrance or whatever that smells like?
It's a candle that smells like her downstairs area. That's Gwyneth Paltrow.
Okay, there you go. You got anything like that, April? You think we're putting you on? This is true.
I am
Look it
scared
up.
that it is true.
Yeah, look it up.
Oh, just let everybody know too.
Holly Weird. What can we say?
Gordman's, they're going out of business, but they're up to 60% off now.
The world
I
has
got
lost its
my
mind.
wife some clothes there, and I got her some fragrance there.
Yeah, but 60% off Gordman's is like
It's not bad.
100% of some other store.
Gordman is some of the stuff, yeah, is still kind of high, but most of it's not bad.
They weren't even there about a year, were they?
They were just there a year,
Just
I think.
about a year.
Well, I mean, their distribution plant's just down the road from us.
It's closed down.
Yeah, the warehouse is completely closed now.
April said, "Not for me to make." Just remind everybody, I want to
Oh,
wish
a
my wife a
stage?
happy anniversary. 19 years. 19 years. Yeah, Stage and
Stage.
Gordman's and all that. It's the same. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
same.
Yeah, their distribution center was down the road, and now we're in the process the other direction of opening another distribution center for Menards. Huge place.
And which
on
Menards?
41.
You must wear a mask.
Well, they started it actually before Lowe's, but I heard
If I
even
have to wear a
Lowe's.
mask, I'm not going
Yeah, but
inside
I
anyway.
think that most of these big box stores have decided they're not going to push that. So
No, I mean I saw some people.
They're gonna
in
leave it up-
Walmart yesterday not wearing a mask. I just, you know what? I got me a couple cool masks. I'm more wearing.
now, are they
just-
still offering masks for people that don't come in with one?
Yes.
See,
Yes.
that I can see. That at least is an effort on their hand. But
Leslie
at the same time, I saw an
Faulkner.
interesting post where they said something about, okay, you reduce your hours, so you're actually increasing the numbers of people that are shopping in a shorter amount of time. You're hurting everybody through one entrance rather than the two that you've
Makes
got.
no sense.
So
Herded
it-
like cattle.
so
Sheep.
it makes no sense. You're right. And so, you would think that they would be more concerned. Now, the other thing is that they used to always have the little wipes right there at the beginning.
They still do.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
they still
They don't keep them stocked very
And
well.
they always have hand sanitizer that you can pop. You can hit it too. So that's something I probably should try to get for Sundays. Just have a bottle of hand sanitizer out there for anybody who would like some.
Kill all those good germs.
Yeah, but you know what? You can't find the big bottles. They're hard to find. Big bottles of hand sanitizer. They are hard. Leslie Faulkner, how you doing? She's watching us today. If you guys don't mind, hit that little share button. Share the show.
So
Share the
Kim,
show.
have you gone anywhere where you had to wear a mask?
I have not.
So,
and I will
so
not.
you have not been masked at all.
Correct.
You don't even do that
is
at
not-
night for
one time
Jared?
I had to go to the Clinton County Courthouse in order to evict some tenants, and I did have
You had to wear a
it
mask.
inside, and so I'm like, all right, yes.
But you know what? Most
That's the
places,
only way.
Kim, they're not going to give you a crap.
I'm
about
not
it.
going to do it if it's even,
The
my
courthouse,
Mom, she gets
you
so mad
probably
at
want to
me.
do it at the courthouse because there's, don't they still have the scanners you got to walk through and all that?
So I get that, but not in any store. There's nothing I need bad enough to have to do it. Nothing.
Yeah, and I have mine in my back pocket, in case I need it. I sometimes I'll wear it around my neck, and then if somebody absolutely has to have
Has anybody confronted
This is
you?
Armed Forces Day today. Is this Armed Forces?
Well, we
Day
thank
today?
everybody for their service.
Yep, Ernest Rosser just put that on, not on here. He did put it on my messenger.
Mm-hmm.
Said this is Armed Forces. Ernest has got a really cool car. He's got the Tuskegee Airmen car. It's a salute to them. And he's got all these people. It's autographed it, and it's just really cool. I think he might come Sunday. So if he does, you guys will have to check. It is neat. It's flamethrower. It's really neat.
Like
It's
the
really
scorpions from Greece.
Neat. Yeah, it's really neat. It's
Sydney,
really neat.
have we updated our extraction plans if things go south? Have they been updated?
She seems so sad today.
Sure.
Sure. Okay.
Why are you sad?
She gets her nap. She's about ready for her nap, so she's getting a little
I'm
tired.
not ready for a nap.
You're not
So-
ready for a nap?
So
Are you
how
hungry?
close are you to be done with this class?
this is my last week of this class.
And then you start another one right away?
That is correct, on Monday.
Yeah,
What's the new one called?
they're 1 month
I
classes.
don't know yet.
Yeah, she won't know till Monday.
You don't know?
No, you don't know ahead of
I
time.
graduate on October the 1st is my graduation ceremony,
And you are the valedictorian, is that right?
as of right now.
She is currently. There's only 2 people.
Well,
That is not correct. Thank you for making me sound like an idiot.
Wrong.
No,
He
I was
does
just
that
quoting.
quite well
I was just
on his
quoting your
own
mother,
program.
Sydney. I'm just quoting your mother.
So the valedictorian, and this is Full Sail University.
That is correct.
yeah.
See, I remembered that in Florida.
Well, it's a very, very good media school in Florida. Well known for anybody in the media.
And you graduate in October,
Right.
The ceremony is October 1st.
and you'll have a master's in media. Is that what it's
A
called? Or-
Master's of Fine Arts in New Media Journalism.
Okay, Stacy Saylor Young, and that, now tell everybody about all your degrees. What are all your degrees?
I have a Bachelor's of Arts in Advertising and Public Relations with a minor in French language. I have a Master's of Arts in Education with a specialty in special education. And then I will have a Master's of Fine Arts in New Media Journalism.
New media journalism. That's cool.
And then next year she's going to attempt to go to law school,
Get a
according to her mother.
Juris Doctorate.
Oh,
in
you can do it. I don't have any doubt you'll be able to do it. Yeah,
Law and Technology.
law
Right.
and technology.
So it'll go along with
That's
the
a really,
media
really
stuff.
great field.
Yeah,
Personally,
makes
I
sense.
don't think Rick is using you or abusing you enough. I think you should have like at least definitely the yoga show that we need to be a part of, and
Well,
you need to have
yeah.
another show. But I don't know what you would call it. But I mean, you would take your show that you do on your podcast and make that an actual, half hour show a week.
Her Let's Get Personal.
Yeah, I
And
think
for
that'd
those
be
of you
awesome.
that don't know, I run a news/blog website called
Wait a minute,
letsgetpersonal.com.
let me say that again. News.
News.
Not nude.
It almost sounds
News.
like
Not nude.
it almost
News.
sounded like you
It
said
did say
nude.
nude. I know
News.
It's not
News.
Nude.
nude. For
News.
her stalkers out there, Charlie.
Not nude. News and blog
News.
website entitled letsgetpersonal.com.
You know what? I used to do a thing called Keep Calm and Chaz On, and we had like different.
But we still
interviews
have
and-
shows on
Well,
YouTube.
I would
those
love.
shows.
I
They're
would
all
love
there.
to do that again because we had a blast doing that, and we went different places. It was harder work, but it was, oh my gosh! I thought I enjoyed it more.
Well, a lot of
than-
remote stuff that we did.
Got all
Right.
sorts of videos and interviews, podcasts. There's one
But you
featuring
should do
Charlie
that.
Hargrave
Yes, yeah.
about car shows, and
Corona.
Rachel's on it. There's a interview with Bill Rayback. There's an interview with Joe Holdren.
You could take some leaders over
All
the
sorts of
community.
stuff
Like
on
every
there.
week. Let's get personal.
What did you do up at the Mansfield prison?
That was it's on the Keep Calm and Chaz On.
Okay,
Yeah,
I remember
Right.
watching you
Yeah,
there.
That was a
Okay.
good one. I
Yeah,
like that.
That was probably one of the better ones we did. We did Candy Blaze. Also, a fun one we did. It wasn't really probably very good, but it was fun to do. Was when we did the one out in the
At the-
haunt.
Yeah, the junkyard or whatever.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
did. I thought we did a real nice one at Cedar Creek one time because we had the cars coming by and
Right, they drove
talking
by
about
and
the cars, and really something like that would go right now because of the
Corona.
corona. Yeah. I mean, I would love to, take off and go do some stuff like that. Rachel and I have been kind of every week, like trying to find one day just to go. And that's another reason for the bike, because it'd be fun to go out on
Yes,
the
it
bike
will.
one day a week and
Yes, it will. You're gonna love it.
go different places on it. Linda Hughes, how you doing? And but it's we could just do it on Facebook Live, but it was just a lot more fun doing the Keep Calm and Chaz Ons. Like I said, I love doing.
Well,
that.
the one that we did at the Mansfield Reformatory, which was where they filmed a couple relatively well-known movies.
Yeah.
Shawshank
God's
Redemption.
video too.
Yeah, Shawshank Redemption, bunch of videos.
It's also where
rappers.
Old Sparky resides, isn't it, Charlie?
Yes.
I
That
told
is-
Tim
That would be
that's-
nice
Is that
because
the
a lot
electric
of
chair?
them
Yeah, the electric
Old
chair.
Sparky.
have
Yeah.
been structured to fit school assignment requirements that I've had in the last
On my
6
Keep
to 8
Calm and
months.
Chaz on?
No, on my Let's Get Personal blog.
Yeah, they're a lot more structured.
Because I've had to fit certain requirements
But you
for
could
the
start doing
assignments.
your
But
own,
in the
right?
next
She
like
could.
6 to 8 months, I'm going to start doing them based on whatever I want them to be about.
See, that would be cool.
So,
You'll
I mean,
enjoy
I
that.
want to start doing them based on whatever I want, you know? So, like this last week, I did one that featured a recipe as well as a sponsored ad.
It was good too.
And then the one the week before that was more fitness based, and I did
So
not.
what did you do this
So
past
This
week?
last week, I made a glazed ham covered in brown sugar
Using-
and Coca-Cola and
using Coca-Cola.
syrup and yeah, it was
Charlie
pretty
likes
good, and
anything food.
pineapple,
Hello. Why
and
weren't we
some
invited to
green
this show?
beans, and it was
like
pretty
manicure.
good.
Well,
No.
now wait a minute. We're going to have our microwave queen, whatever, next
Yeah,
week, right?
Yeah, and,
So
and
that was what my article was about. It included the recipe.
and you didn't save us any. Chris Kennard, Cody Elliott, how you doing? Chris Walls, Jerry Jordan, watching.
There
Guys,
wasn't,
hit the
wasn't
share
a chance that there was going to be any left over, Charlie. It was
He
good.
scarfed that down all in one day.
Yeah, it was
the
good.
whole ham.
It was good. Well, not the whole.
Sounds
Besides, it was a
good.
small ham.
Sounds.
It was more of a hammy than it was a ham.
I think you should make that again. I think we need to have a WZAA party sometime, and you make that again.
Hammy.
Hammy.
Hammy. Well, now, we actually have cooked on the morning show before, Charlie, haven't we?
Yep, Mark Klingler and Natalie will cook next week. Natalie Rhodes is going to be our guest. She sells Tupperware, she sells Avon, and she also sells
Pure romance. Not to be confused with what Bill Haynes has been carting around in his truck.
Oh my gosh.
Little pure.
Nothing pure about it, I don't think,
romance.
sir.
I need to ask her some questions about that. But I don't know if I can ask her anything on the air about that.
Well,
Yeah, probably do that off the air.
you can as long as it's not one of the words that are in our drawer.
I don't know
there.
if she's listening, so I don't know if she'll answer.
She'll know. She'll know. She knows. I'm not going to go into that on the air.
Yeah, probably do that off the air.
Probably should.
And this is the children's hour, the last hour of the show.
Well, this is kind of goes along with children. It's kind of how you make them.
I'm surprised Hiles got off. This is
Shake
his
'em,
hour.
shake 'em,
this
make
is
'em,
this
make
is Hiles, David Hiles' hour, isn't it?
Oh, the children's
I think we
hour?
lost him
Oh.
at Obama
Yeah,
and
and
Michelle and
Michael
Michael.
and-
I think we lost him right there.
Joan
Yeah.
Rivers.
Well, and I'll be honest with you. Going back to that, I don't know if any of that's true or not. I'm not.
We can't confirm or deny.
Well,
we don't know.
Well,
I've never
I
seen the
will
package,
tell
so-
you, the only thing I will tell you about anything that was discussed during that discussion was that when Donald Trump, if you recall, was one of the biggest agitators to Barack Obama.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about the fact that he wanted to see his birth certificate. Yep. Well, finally, they relented and they posted Barack Obama's birth certificate, well, supposedly Barack Obama's birth certificate on the whitehouse.gov's website. I downloaded it. And I took an editing software and opened it. And when I opened the actual birth certificate, the birth certificate was supposedly a PDF, okay, which would be a one-layer picture of his birth certificate, but it wasn't. It was in 5 layers, and various parts of the PDF, like parts of the signature and that, they were on different layers, including
Which means it was an edited document.
That's right, including part of the number of the actual birth certificate that was numbered. Now, if you recall, the Sheriff Arpaio, the sheriff
Joe
in Phoenix,
Sheriff Joe.
they did an extensive investigation of the birth certificate, and they concluded what I concluded in literally minutes, in however many months, that it was a fake. Well, it was easy to see it was a fake because birth certificates are only a single layer. They don't if you do a PDF of a single layer document, you're not going to see them in 5 different layers. This was something that was. Now, I'm not saying that he wasn't, but the document that he posted on the .gov website was fake. And like I said, I downloaded it right off the .gov website, so it was not,
Why wouldn't you at least go to the length of compressing the document into one layer? You can. Anyone can do that.
Yeah, I
can
don't
do
know.
that.
But anyway,
In like 2
that
seconds.
document
Like-
was fake. No question about it.
Got a couple comments on here. First of all, Chris Kennard's watching, Linda Hughes, Keith Rankin, William Haynes, and he sends us no other information. It just says prayers out to the family of a state trooper that was killed today. And that's all he says. I don't know anything
So
else.
we don't know what state.
Alex, I would assume state of Ohio. Alex Bush is watching. And April Zerfus, what time do we need to be there on Sunday for your show? Yeah, if anybody wants to come out and set up, like to sell stuff at the show, you can. Just keep it clean. Don't sell any food because we got a food vendor. But it's $5 or donate an item, that you want to give for a door prize. We're just doing it to have an event. Plus, whatever money we get, we're going to give to the park. And I'm thinking about doing like what Kim's wanting to do at her house is try to donate enough money where maybe we can get a flagpole put up. But I don't even know how much that costs. I got to look into that.
A flagpole at the park?
Yeah, there's no how they have the big tall flagpoles at parks. There's no flagpole out
So you
there.
want a real
It'd be
tall
nice.
one, like a car dealership.
Yeah, the state of Ohio, Bill Mahane says. I was right in the middle of that, and I just lost something. Connie Schlegel-Benner was watching. My friend Mike Bozier yesterday, and he didn't go into much detail about this, but I guess, and maybe you guys have heard this, or maybe you know more about it than I do. He said some guy walked in, though, and to a store, I don't know if it was Walmart or where, and they asked him to put his mask on. He took a gun out and shot the person right there. Have you heard that?
That's true.
Yes.
Is that true? Where was that at?
It was
wanna
another
say
state.
Michigan.
It wasn't here.
Michigan?
Yeah, I think it was Michigan.
was
I
in
think you're right.
Michigan.
Yeah.
People, I tell you what, folks.
There's no reason to get crazy like that.
Well, and I tell you what, it's like that guy dealing with Saturday at the car show. You just never know. You don't want to get people honked off right now because I tell you what,
everybody's on edge.
I've
You're
got a
right.
short fuse right now, and a lot of people have a short fuse right now, and it's.
I got a short fuse all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
But do you feel like it's a little shorter since Corona's happened, and you can't really do
No,
exactly
I think
what
it's
you
just
want to do?
she's probably gotten her fuse shortened back when she got married last year.
Well, that's probably true too. But which was worse? Was it worse when you got married, or worse when Corona hit?
It happened around the same time.
Natalie
We got
Rhodes,
married on New Year's Eve, and Corona came right
Natalie
around
Rhodes
then,
and
so.
Tristan Burkett are watching. Natalie, you may be going, well, where's your guest at? Because I told her we were supposed to have a guest today.
Yeah, well, Mahanes
he
didn't
didn't
show.
And
come.
William
so-
Mahanes, who commented right above you, was supposed to be the guest, and he backed out after we'd already talked.
Yeah.
But you said you'd rather come next week.
He probably
anyhow.
didn't want to bring us our sticky buns or whatever.
Yeah, well, yeah, no Cinnabon today. You know what? I purposely didn't eat breakfast. No, I'm just kidding. I knew you weren't coming, but I didn't know
That
it
is
till
unusual,
late
Charlie.
last
You've
night.
not been eating on the air like you used to. You
I
always
did
were
last
feeding your
week.
face.
Well,
You do
You ate
intermittent
banana.
fasting?
Didn't you eat a banana?
no, I need. That's why I need to get on a program because basically my program when I lost my 70, 80 pounds was just don't eat sugar.
I don't do
Sugar's the
intermittent
devil.
fasting.
That was it?
By the way,
That was
I was
basically
just
it.
wondering if you do.
No bread. No bread. I usually, to be honest with you, a lot of times I don't eat
No,
lunch.
apparently a lot of people do that, and it works very well
Like
for them.
intermittent
I can't
fast?
do intermittent
Yeah,
fasting
you can't do
because
it.
I have hypoglycemia. But
Right.
Yeah, she gets
right.
shaky.
Now, my doctor, I did have a doctor's appointment last week, and they were concerned that, I'm always an AFib. My heart never works right. It's always fighting itself. And they said, and my heart rate was way up. And so I've been ordered.
Was there a pretty nurse in the room?
No, but she was grumpy. And I think that's
Oh,
part of the reason
a grumpy
why.
nurse.
I think that was part of the reason why my heart rate was up. Plus, I just don't like going to the doctor anyhow because they charge you so much. I did pay. This was funny. I paid like $20, which I don't even have a copay, but I don't pay much. A lot of times they just throw mine out because they know I'm hard to
You're
deal
cheap.
with. Well, what bothers me is so much is that I have to pay for this, and so many people get it for free, and it just grinds my gizzard, so to speak. But
So free health care
Anyhow.
for all.
well, at least it needs to be fair health care. I don't mind paying, so I pay $20.
All right. Well, when
But
it's
get-
free,
wait a minute,
Charlie,
get-
make your appointment
get-
now for 2
get-
years from now.
I
Get-
say
no, wait a minute.
affordable.
Get this. Wait a
Affordable.
minute. Get this. Well, if you don't have a copay, we can't take it. I said, well, if you don't want my money, that's fine. I'll take it back and just rip the check up. But you might want to take it. Just saying, you might want to take it. So they finally did take it. But I was like, okay, so I'm trying to see. I would have loved that. Wouldn't you love to go to court and say, well, I did try to pay him something, and they wouldn't take it?
That right there absolves your debt.
Yep. And they did take it. But
Did you find out what was wrong with you, or?
Well, no, I've got the rapid heart rate, and so they said
a flutter.
So no, it's not. It's AFib. It's AFib.
The top of it works real fast.
Yeah.
the
Well, and
bottom thing
so I've got to start doing this log, which I've started it already. Matter of fact, I can show you, Sydney, since you're kind of a health person. So there's my numbers so far, and so far I think they look pretty good. But
So
you look at 'em.
what numbers are these?
Well, these are your blood pressure, like
So do you take your blood pressure daily?
what 4 or 5 times? He
Okay.
said-
Do
he
you
said
take it twice in a row?
occasionally, but not usually? The only time I'll take it twice in a row is if the numbers just really
Don't look.
off.
They look strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll do it again. But I just got this really cool cuff yesterday too. Mike Bozier helped me get it, and it was it's got an app with it, so it goes like all my readings go right to the app.
Oh, that would be nice. We've got one, but we don't have an app for it.
It's like Walmart's most expensive one. But anyhow, the whole idea is to get this down, because when they measured my heart rate, which I'm not even sure what your heart rate's supposed to be, they said it was like 100 in the doctor's office. But when the nurse took it, she only had 72. So now, like, my heart rates range anywhere from 55 to 99.
But
And just-
See,
isn't
they get really worried about mine.
isn't
because
there an upper and a lower number when you take your blood
Well, that-
pressure?
yeah,
Systolic and
yeah,
diastolic.
yeah.
So then your heart rate is different.
Heart rate's just your
How
like
many
your
pulse.
How many beats? per
Your
minute,
pulse.
yeah.
Because mine fluctuates between like 140 something and then like 40 something.
You're like a
it's-
bird.
So
It can get very high.
yeah, but it gets up to like in the 140s when I'm resting and I'm not doing anything. But it's gotten a lot better since I've started exercising a lot more
Oh
regularly.
yeah, exercise.
So
That's me.
And
yeah, you just exercise all the time.
Mahane says which arm you're doing in. My blood pressure cuff says to do it in the left. Do it on the left arm. I mean, it talks to me and everything else, and it tells me we have recognized a. It's not. This isn't the right word, but we've recognized an unsteady heartbeat. You know, that's not the right word, but it'll even tell you that irregular heartbeat.
Irregular,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're going to die. Does it
Yeah.
ever say that?
Well, you know what? It's eventually probably what I will die of, because
We'll all die.
but it might take me sooner than I want to go, just because I can't get it straightened out.
Stay away from that nurse.
I've had I've had my heart shocked before. I've had my heart. They did this thing. They go in there and they kill the nerves in your heart, and I can't think of the name.
Do
of it
they
right
do that up
offhand.
through the leg?
Both legs. Yeah,
Ah,
they take
okay.
things up there and they kill. Yeah, they kill the nerves in your heart. And each time it lasted about 2 years, where I wasn't an AFib, but then after that it.
So you're due
does
for
again.
another one, you
I had
said?
an angioplast, and where they go in there and check your veins out and all that, and the doctor yelled at me, "They're clean as a pin." I'm like, well, what do you expect?
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
good.
See, well, I have my monitor inside that like tracks this stuff all the time.
I got one
but
that's
then
dead.
I have obvious like my fitness.
Aren't you supposed to have it
band
taken out,
tracks my
Charlie?
heart rate.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want to spend $1,200 to get that taken out, or no, $2,500. What am I saying? Yep, I see that.
Regularly.
That's cool. So yeah, $2,500 to take out my, and it's probably more than that.
I was going to say, aren't you afraid like things will grow around it? You'll never be able to get it out?
They don't seem to be concerned. I just figure they're eventually going to have to go in there for something else.
They last
someday.
like 3 years, something
And
like that.
Yeah, and that point they'll just take it out. Yeah, I got an internal heart monitor, and it's just dead. It's been dead. The nurse started to put the machine on there. Dad, that thing's been dead for 2 years. I don't think you want to.
So it just needs its
You know,
batteries
use it.
changed.
No, it just actually what's probably going to happen. They're going
I
to give
think
me
they
one of
actually
those.
have to change the whole machine,
they're-
and I don't think they just change the batteries.
They got to take the whole.
Is it
thing
like
Yeah,
out,
they take the whole thing out.
nuclear powered? Got
but
a
that's not what I'm going to
isotope
have.
rod in there or whatever?
No, they're going to give me. I tell you what, they're going to
Are
eventually
you a
give me.
candidate for the Watchman?
Huh?
Are you a candidate for the Watchman?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a little filter they put for blood clots to reduce the risk of strokes.
Not to my knowledge.
Well, you've not really had problems with strokes,
No,
though,
I
have
don't-
you,
I don't
Charlie?
think he has
Well,
a stroke issue.
cardiovascular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the big things about AFib, though,
Yeah.
is you're more susceptible to stroke.
So what kind of stuff do you take for your to keep your blood thinned out and all that? You take a baby aspirin?
No, I take warfarin every night,
Really?
and I've been taking it for years. Then I take, let's see, what else I take? I take lisinopril, just one of those a day. And it's my blood pressure's never been high, even if you look at these. Then I take this other thing, hydrochlorothiazide. That's just like a water pill. And I take this other one. He just doubled. I can't think of the name of it, but he doubled it because it's supposed to bring your heart rate down.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
there's not enough time in the rest of the show, Sydney, for you to go over the stuff
No,
you take.
The only heart medication I take is metoprolol
That's
in the
it.
morning.
That's it.
But they worry because sometimes my heart rate gets so slow that like it might slow it down too much because my resting heart rate sometimes
How
is
much
like
you take?
44. I think it's only like 25 milligrams. or
Mine was
something.
25. Now I'm taking 50.
Yeah, and they're like, well, sometimes we get a little worried because you're only
could pass
at like
out.
40, 44 that you're gonna like fall
Yeah.
over.
You could pass out. Yeah.
So,
And I haven't. I mean, but I'm no trouble.
Yeah,
there.
So,
no,
Kim, what do you take?
I mean, 55.
yeah.
Kim,
what do you take, Kim?
She takes a little Jack Daniels
And
she takes
what else?
You ever heard of a thing called HIPAA, Rick? Do you
Well,
know what
Kim,
that might
Kim,
be?
HIPAA does not apply to a person asking you. It only applies to medical people. Haven't you seen that with these masked
I give
people?
out my stuff right there.
You know, anyone can ask you about your medical issues.
I
That doesn't
also-
mean you have to tell us.
Correct, and I'm not going to.
Do you have anything like you take for your glaucoma?
I don't have glaucoma.
Oh, well, then what are you doing that stuff for that? I thought you had glaucoma.
Now, Haynes wants to
I
know,
have high anxiety.
Was that what you use it for?
is Rick practicing to be the Grim
Insomnia.
Reaper?
Yeah.
Jared
Quite a
Friend,
number of things.
Jared Friend says, I'm going to need one of those heart machines if Kimmy keeps packing my lunch. Uh-oh. He sounds like good lunches then.
I tried you.
Yeah, you making some good lunch?
Uh,
Does Kimmy know how to cook? I didn't know Kim was a cook.
Angie Schiller says hi. So what
Hey,
did
Angie.
you cook today?
For his lunch?
what'd you
Oh, I
have?
did, I
Peanut
didn't
butter
do a
and
very good job
jelly.
today. I just had peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
See, there you go.
Oh.
Peanut butter
Cottage
jelly.
cheese, applesauce.
How did I know
pudding,
that?
Some cookies,
Well, it's healthy. It's healthy. What kind of cookies?
oatmeal.
Oh, okay. We got some over
Oatmeal's
there.
Not bad, not bad.
Don't we have oatmeal?
We
Iced
got
oatmeal.
iced oatmeal.
Yeah.
Those are
Those are
Paisley's
for the
favorite.
dog. The dog likes that. That's how we get her to go out to the bathroom and come back in.
Come right back in.
We
She
give her a
loves
cookie.
iced
Give her a
oatmeal
cookie.
Yeah.
Kimmy is a killer cook. You're still alive.
Here we go.
It's so funny. Gary Dennis was over there talking to us yesterday. We were sitting in the yard, and I went in to make Jared some breakfast, and I wasn't hungry, and Gary had already ate, so I just made it for him. He's like, do I need to be worried that I'm the only one eating? I said, why? Because I cook your food?
My wife's a good cook too. I tell you what, she
Thank you.
She can
Thank
cook.
you, babe.
And we need to have that cookout sometime you're talking about, and let us know, and we'll bring stuff. And get,
Yeah, I
get
noticed
Rick
I
and
wasn't
Cindy to come
invited.
down.
I liked your
yeah.
post though,
I just invited
on purpose.
What?
So that you
Charlie,
would
that
notice.
that's what Charlie just
What?
did,
I
just
Sydney.
invited.
Sydney.
What? I'm lost. What?
She was mad because you didn't invite her to the last cookout we didn't
Oh,
have.
I see. It was kind of like a
was
biker.
the last minute.
It was for the biker, the club guys is who I would not
Get
to
your
exclude
motor
you guys.
running.
I just didn't think about you guys being interested. But oh my gosh, that'd be a lot of fun if you
What
want
about
to.
it? What about if you have a Barbie dream car?
In the Barbie world. You guys sure to come and be. I think that would be a lot.
You know what
of fun.
Rick would look
Man,
good
we could
on?
invite Hiles over then. All of the gloves.
What I would look good on,
private
Charlie.
property.
Can we say that on the air? What I would look good on?
Rick would look good on a scooter.
Yeah.
Rick needs a scooter. You guys
One
look
of those
like
little-
matching scooters.
Yeah.
Hey, some of these
She can
things
have
go
one
like
that's pink.
75 mile an
You
hour.
know, Dave Hearst's wife rides a scooter, and I think it's the greatest, neatest
Yeah.
thing
If
in
they
the
can't
world.
see you on a motorcycle, how are they going to see you on a scooter?
Well, because you get it bright
Y'all
pink.
know
You
I
get a
can't
real
legally
bright
drive
headlight.
that, right?
I'm teasing you. I'm messing with you.
What?
You'd have to wear like a
Can't-
helmet
I
with
can't
flashing
legally
lights on it.
drive a scooter.
I got the best advice though the other day, and I can't remember who told me this, but it's the best advice. And I don't know if it was Jared or no, it wasn't Jared. I think it was the guy that went and got the motorcycle for me. He gave me the best advice. He says, when you're driving these things, when you're on them, he said, you just have to pretend that you're invisible. He said, just pretend that no one can see you, and you'll get along just fine. And always look for like escape routes and all that. But he said, as long as you, and that's a good way to drive your car.
You got to be a defensive driver.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
no
that's a
question.
good- that's
Even more today than.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
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 People
I mean,
don't see
you know,
motorcycles. I
today
think they
with
just
all
don't.
these people and everything that's on their mind about kids going back to
Texting
school and all that kind of stuff,
Distracted.
and the distractions, It's like Christmas every day. But you know how people are at Christmas time; they're always worried about, what I have to get Aunt Mary and all that. So they're out there and they're not thinking about their driving; they're thinking about everything else but that. But that's the way it is every day today.
It is. And you'd be surprised some people do not see motorcycles. I mean, how loud they are, the big bright headlights on them, and they still don't see them.
Hey,
Pull right out
people
in front
don't
of
see
them.
cars sometimes.
I don't get, yeah.
That's very
That's
true.
why you see a lot of noisy bikes.
But
That's loud pipes save lives.
I didn't see it, but did you see? You guys maybe know more about it than I do, but I guess somebody ran into the AutoZone in Blanchester, like in a truck.
Yes,
or
sir.
Yeah,
something?
the truck was sticking out, but there was a
Truck,
white
like
car
a
that was
semi-truck,
involved
right?
too,
Or a
or
box
something.
truck?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I think there was a white car that somehow they were going to collide, and so the truck ended up in the AutoZone.
Chris Wall says get an air horn. I haven't even
An
heard my
air
horn
horn.
on the bike. I need to
I
check
think
it out.
didn't you sure? I thought they beeped it the other day.
And Chris Wall says yes, loud pipes.
Yes, for sure.
See, mine are pretty soft right now.
Oh yeah, you're quiet.
Yeah.
You want to definitely.
I don't.
I'm not going to touch that statement.
I can't.
Loud pipe.
No.
Cruise. I'd rather have me a big old loud radio rocking.
You
and
have that
rolling.
too. Mm-hmm.
I need to fix a speaker.
I don't know
there,
still that
gotta
if
have
you're
some
in a
nice
car,
loud sound.
if you're in a car and you've got your air conditioning on and that, you're not going to hear a lot of that stuff
No,
anyway.
you're not.
Right.
No.
Right.
I'm telling
But
you.
don't they?
Max
aren't-
Sprague,
On the
he's a
highway,
motorcycle
on
guy
motors-
too.
and I'll
He's
tell you
watching.
Right now,
Now,
I could even almost go
I
and
notice-
touch the car beside us.
do they have some kind of a thing that makes the headlight dim and brighten and all? Because it seems like whenever I see motorcycles coming at us, their headlight seems to be not flashing, but
it's
dimming
just-
and brightening. And
No,
is that just the?
It's the way it looks as it's hitting the road because it's a little unsteady as it comes, so it looks like it's blinking.
Yeah, I thought it was done purposely to
No.
attract attention because it certainly works.
That makes a very good
Makes
point.
Makes
though. I
it
haven't
easier.
seen that, but maybe that does. That makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
actually to have it flickering. But also, I think that might be distracting too.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You
I
need,
don't know.
You need to be distracting if
something.
you're going to keep from getting hit.
Yes, and it's the other. It's the other.
When I
people
lived
you
in
gotta watch out
Phoenix,
for.
when I lived in Phoenix, I saw a motorcyclist that got hit. I mean, he literally in an intersection he must have went 30 feet in the air up through the intersection. Of course, he
Max-
splatted, but
Max
it's
Sprague?
not that. It's another reason why I don't ride a motorcycle.
Max Sprague's watching. James Brooks is watching. Chris Walls says easier hit the throttle than the horn sometimes.
Yep.
And he goes, yes, there is a device that will do that.
Is there?
What you're
Okay.
talking about.
Well, and I think
Jared-
everybody should have one on their motorcycle.
Jared Friend says crotch rockets have the flashing headlight.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Max
Okay.
Sprague says my Goldwing has quiet pipes, but a stereo that would wake everybody up. See, that's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Max, there you go, Max. Max, I don't know if you caught up
Yeah.
with the fact that I got a Yamaha now, a Cascade Royale.
Yeah.
I just like
You're
saying
up on
that.
two. That's the point.
And it's I'm gonna make it a 3-wheeler though, just so I don't trust myself.
I think you're going to enjoy that.
It
Now,
makes
will you
the-
eventually take those off, or will you
No,
keep
Yeah,
it?
it'd be
I'll
like a
just keep it on
three-wheeled motorcycle. There's
Yeah.
full-size
Like a
tires
truck.
on
You'll
either
you'll
side.
keep it like that forever.
And you remove the back. I think you should do.
So if you were
remove
going to
the
do
back
that,
tire.
if you graduated to something else, you would sell the motorcycle and get a 2-wheel motorcycle.
No, I don't think I really have the desire for 2 wheels just because my balance.
Well, what about those motorcycles they've got that have like gyros in them and you can't actually tip them over? It's impossible. Have you ever seen those?
I can't say that I have.
What
Yeah.
are you talking
No,
about?
there's some kind of, I don't know if it's Japanese or whatever, but I've seen these motorcycles.
Like a Hayabusa, maybe.
They literally will not tip over. I mean, they'll push them over and they come right back up.
He
because
already
they have
bought the motorcycle.
they've got a
He's not
gyroscope.
gonna
Well, I'm
go
sure this is a
buy
very
another
expensive motorcycle, but
I've never
some of the
heard
people
that.
out there have
Roy Hubbard is watching. Jared Friend, 1,000-watt Rockford Falls Gate system catches everyone's attention.
That's what we've got. That's what he
Max
got.
Sprague, people need to put the phone down and pay attention to the road.
no
Yes.
question about that.
Yeah, exactly. Max, by the way, is he'd be a good one for your Let's Get Personal sometime. You'd probably have to do it like remotely, but he's ahead of the Ohio Car Shows and Cruising site on Facebook. It's got I think they're up to like 23,000 members.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So he would be a good one. I mean, I could feed you some names, in that community. So, but yeah, I think you definitely ought to have a Let's Get Personal show. It's my recommendation.
Charlie just wants you to do your yoga.
I would like the yoga too. Rick, that's only in Batman movies.
Oh, is it? So they don't really. I've seen that. I've seen something.
Max, do you know anything about what Rick's talking about? Is there a bike out there that will not?
I don't know whether it's
fall over?
actually.
Self-balancing?
I don't know whether it's being manufactured.
I've
but
seen brooms like that. You seen those broom things? where
No,
they
no,
set them
that's
I did see that.
Well, that's fun.
Wizard of Oz. I don't know.
No, I
No,
used
In
to-
the
brooms
beginning,
really
whenever I
can't
did this
stand
broom
up.
stand on its
The
end,
broom
that's when all
challenge?
the crap
Yeah.
came. So whatever the
Broom
world did,
challenge.
whatever it did then,
No,
that sealed
they're
the deal.
this that I saw.
Max at 32,000 members. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know whether it was actually in production or not, but there was a motorcycle that literally it had a gyroscope in it, and it was impossible to tip it over.
That's
I mean, you
actually-
tip it over, it'd come back up, so you couldn't lay
Wow.
it down.
I never had
That would
heard
be
about
something for you,
but-
Charlie.
Chris
Might
Walls.
be-
Yeah,
kind of
that's going to
expensive.
be very cheap.
Chris Walls just had a lady yell at me for being on my phone the other day, so I put it away. Then she yelled at me for not wearing a helmet.
Well, helmets are not. They're not required in Ohio,
Oh
right?
no! Jared Friend says Kimmy rides a broom. She knows all about it.
That is not a nice thing to say about your girlfriend.
Every time I buy a mop or a broom and this weekend, Kimmy getting a new car.
Yeah, and I would not say that about somebody that makes your food.
I
Max.
know.
Max Sprague says some trikes lean but don't tip. So
Okay.
trikes, but we figured that. You're talking
Yeah.
Max. He's talking about just two
Wheels.
motorcycles.
Yeah, 2 wheels. I've
He
seen
says they'll go
some demo or something. I don't know.
You don't know what's going to be in that teriyaki chicken.
That's right. So don't eat teriyaki chicken.
Well, Kim got it.
What?
You got the joke, Chris Walls.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
just had a lady
because
yell
he
at
had
me.
his phone on his motorcycle. You
Yeah,
get it?
yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Which is probably not a safe thing to do, let alone wearing. And then she yelled at me for not wearing a helmet. That's pretty great.
I tell you, some people just need to mind their own daggone business, and that's a lesson.
That applies to a lot of stuff.
That lesson
does.
everybody needs to learn, including me, because I sometimes stick my mouth out there where I shouldn't. But a lot of times, here's the deal. Any of you three up here, I would tell you anything if it's good, bad, or ugly, because I like you. You know what I'm saying? And some people have a hard time with that, And I had to do that earlier. Well, last week I did it to a guy, and I said, we're still friends and everything, but I just told him. I said, dude, here's what everybody's saying. You need to be careful. I said, I personally don't give a crap, but everybody's concerned, Kimmy, we owe Christopher Walls lunch. Hello?
We do. He was down at Rod's. We were eating at Rod's, and by gosh, he bought our lunch for
Well,
us.
that was nice of him.
Yes. That's the first time we ever met him, too.
Charlie loves that
Yes.
place,
I hate
don't you,
Rod's.
Charlie?
Rod's the worst place to eat in the world.
I'm stirring the pot here.
I am, too. It didn't used to be.
Rod, when Rod owned
When
it,
Rod had
it was awesome. But now that whoever this woman is that's running it now, she does have a broom, I think.
She does have a broom. That's
There,
for
we're going
sure.
to get sued by 3 people, but I don't care.
Well, she can't.
'cause
She can't.
Just
We
because
stated
you
the
got a
obvious.
crappy restaurant doesn't- ain't
well, I don't
my
know.
problem.
The food has not gotten bad, has it? Is the food?
It's
I mean,
not as
it's not.
good.
It's, well,
Just
no.
because you
not
get
as
a bad
good.
Yelp review,
It never
doesn't
is.
mean
It never
you can
is.
sue
I mean, you know,
somebody.
It's good.
Yeah, but
Do better.
Cheyenne Warnock's watch. I mean, I know
Well, hi,
people.
Cheyenne.
People love that place, but I would tell you, don't go there.
You know, she still looks the same as she did in school.
I know.
Well,
She
she was.
does.
She
and
was
she
just.
looks exactly
Cheyenne
the same.
does.
Yes, she
Yes.
does.
Okay.
And she's how old is she now?
Well, I'm 42, so I guess she's got to be somewhere around that.
Yeah.
Don't tell her age. That's
Well,
not
I'm
nice.
not. I don't know when she was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got to be somewhere around my age.
I like
Okay.
her,
It's in the same
and the
class.
food. Food is still great. Well, let me tell you a
All
story.
that means
sometimes.
is she looks good for a middle-aged woman.
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
no.
I hope this is middle. I hope I got at least 42 more.
Well, you
I
better.
like
I
her
hope.
and the food. Well, Chris
Well,
Walls,
I
let me
mean,
tell you a
that's a
little story
compliment.
sometime.
Girl
I ain't gonna
look
tell you on the
good.
air, but that woman is probably one of the. She's probably been the meanest
Well, that was
to
just.
me that
yeah.
any person's ever been to me
Whose
in my
whose
life.
campaign were you there
She
doing
said
your
thank
your
you.
music
She
for?
did.
Valerie.
Yay.
No, you're getting things confused here. Cheyenne's great. Cheyenne Warnock's great.
Yes,
we're not
she
talking. We're also talking about the Rods. Woman who runs Rods.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were
needs
there
a broom.
doing a benefit
Cheyenne
for
is
someone.
Cheyenne is like a princess. She's a queen.
She never did get in trouble in school. or
Dave
nothing.
Grimes
Yeah.
is watching with you. I'll stop in and tell you sometime. You won't believe the story. And it was for a mutual friend too. It's for Mike Daugherty.
Yeah, he was.
Have Mike Daugherty tell you the story.
Yeah,
because I was with you guys that night. Remember?
You were.
I was setting up.
Yeah. Well, we had another gig that we had to go to, and we were setting up because you were going to come with us. It was
and Rachel
one
was
of the
going to run
broadcasts.
it. And Mike was going to take the equipment back to my house.
Right, and she was just
Chris. I tell you what, it would be like somebody giving you a review for the worst tattoo you've ever done, and you didn't even put a needle on their arm. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
But anyway, I've never gone back.
Max Sprague says BMW released a concept that supposedly won't tip, but it's a fat, tired concept, and Honda has it. Honda has something that you can look at. It says it's an unveiled self-balancing motorcycle.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Something Honda.
Yeah, okay. I knew
Kim
I wasn't
Conley
dreaming
Pavey
this.
is watching. How you doing? Chris Walls,
Isn't
that's
that
what I'm
fat?
talking about, dude. I mean, you wouldn't even got your ink out of your jar yet.
No, and Charlie didn't. He
And,
put his ink right back.
Yeah, I didn't.
We packed it back up, didn't we?
There's some. I got some of Chris
No, we're
Wall's
not
work
talking
on
about
me in his
tattoos.
tattoo shop. There's some of the, for the love of ink, Kenny and Chris. There we go. Yep, they do a good job down there. I probably need to get something else done.
It's so strange to see you with a tattoo. You know that? I remember you
I got them on this side too.
from school, being a teacher. You know what I mean? It's see what I mean? You're ready for the bike. You've been ready.
Those are kind of boring.
Head
have
out
any
on the
tattoos.
highway. What's that?
No, I don't have any.
You're
I have
telling
no
me
tattoos.
your tattoos are boring.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
yeah,
yours is
you
yours.
don't have no
Yours
tattoos.
is even really boring.
Whose tattoos are
I don't have a
boring?
tattoo
said
on my
your
body.
tattoos
Oh,
are
They're
I
boring.
thought you said
tattoos
you did. I
aren't
was like,
boring.
He doesn't have any
I have no
tattoos.
tattoos.
And then he
No
said
t-
my tattoos are boring.
No tattoos. No. You only have
Did
two.
you say
and
my
they're-
tattoos are boring?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're boring.
Yeah, wait a minute. Okay, he needs the explanation here.
Okay.
All right, first of all, this one up here
Well, now
is-
that's from
that's-
your music
it's
background.
my mom and dad's tattoo.
Yeah.
My dad liked baseball, hence home plate.
Uh huh.
And then my mom was a French horn player, so hence the French horn. And it's kind of like they're looking up in the heavens.
So what's
because
with the
both
fish?
have passed away. Virginia English Hargrave was her name. My dad, Victor Eugene Hargrave.
So what's with the fish?
Okay, the fish. Now the fish is because it looks like an H, Hargrave, but also that's a Pisces symbol, which is my wife's
horoscope?
zodiac sign.
Is that
yes.
your wife
And-
of 29
and-
years or your wife of 19 years?
19. and our first date was at the Newport Aquarium. So see, they always have meeting. And Chaz obviously is Chaz's DJ
The Newport
service.
Aquarium?
And also, if you look, it's got different colors dripping from it, and that's the
Blood.
colors. That's the colors of the schools I taught at, and that was one of our Keep Calm and Chaz on shows.
Yeah, we saw that
Remember?
because you actually had it done.
We had that done. That
Yeah.
tattoo done.
We
from
were
Chris
there at
Walls'
Chris's-
shop.
yeah,
Chris did
yeah.
it, and yeah, we actually did that as a Keep
He is
Calm
making
and
fun
Chaz
of
on
the
show.
fact that your first date was at the Newport Aquarium. Our first date was at an Applebee's.
You know what? Well, hey, that's stepping up.
No, wait a minute.
Literally,
not
like-
only was it at an Applebee's, but
And
she was
some other
she was
guy
flirting
was
with another
hitting on
guy.
me the
She was flirting with
entire
another guy.
time.
Yeah.
At least it was
On your first
at least it
date.
On our
wasn't
first date, she's
McDonald's.
flirting with another guy. Can you imagine that?
Now, if
No,
you,
I can't
wait a
imagine
minute,
that.
I got more tattoos to go through since
All
he
right.
says they're all boring. This one here is a crystal skull.
Now, was
Crystal-
that one that used to be
Crystal?
a tattoo that someone had to redo and they made it into
No,
something
that's
else?
the top one. The crystal, and it has her initials in there, CH. I could show you.
Okay.
The next one is an AFib ribbon, and we have the heartbeat to signify that. Then the top one we had redone, and Chris, these are not Chris Wall's shop. So the top one, it was my oldest, is my first. It's love of music, and I had my wife and I's wedding date in there, but it didn't look very good, and so I just had it colored in.
Was that the
It said-
29-year-old wife or the
That was
20?
no, that was a 19-year-old.
Okay, all right.
There's
The
only
19-year-old
You,
wife.
you've got to clarify.
well,
this.
actually, she was 18, but 19-year married wife. There we go. They're picking on me,
Alright,
folks.
well.
Somebody come to
At
my
least
That
I waited.
was interesting.
Charlie,
Wait a
at
minute,
least
wait a minute,
I
wait a
waited
minute.
till my
Wait a
wife was
minute.
26.
Cheyenne Warnock. I I've got to get this up here. I do value her opinion more than yours, Rick. Let's see. See, Christopher Walls. Charlie's has meaning. Thank you, Christopher Walls.
Yeah.
And Jared Friend, get one tattoo. You might as well plan for 1,000.
That's right.
tattoos.
That is absolutely correct.
Karen Henderson Haley Slip was watching with us. Cheyenne Warwick, that's awesome that you inquired all that in your tattoos. I've incorporated all that in my
that's pretty
tattoos.
cool.
I have 5 tats, but plan on several more. Rick is laughing at that. Yeah, I know. Rick, Mr. No Tattoo.
That's right.
I told Rick.
I'm pure. I'm pure.
Rick, wait a minute.
It's the German
Wait a
virgin
minute.
snow.
That's right. You
Rick,
got that.
I got the perfect tattoo for Rick. Rick needs to get a couple of them sheep up on the top of his head like they're grazing, because they're grazing that hair away.
Well, that's true.
Are you balding?
Actually, see, look at that. He needs a couple sheep up on top of there.
I think that's
Do the
sexy as
comb
hell.
over. You know?
Do a Trump comb over. There you go. But
That's why I got a hat on.
I really am thinking about doing this. My next one. I'm
You know
thinking
how that
about
happened?
Getting a mistletoe tramp.
No, it's bouncing off the back of the backboard of your bed.
Yeah, right.
Now here, I'm just going to think she made you lose all your hair.
Oh, wait a minute. This is the children's hour. I can't
Yeah.
do that the last
Not in
hour.
that way, though. That's what I thought you meant.
Sydney's not amused. You notice that, don't you? She
Well,
is
Sydney,
not
we don't even
amused.
have a backboard on the headboard, so because that's really dangerous.
Rick-
it's probably a hole in the wall.
Jared just says, shave it off, Rick.
It's time to shave it
Just
off.
shave
Rick.
it off.
Yeah.
Sydney's
Gotcha,
not
Jared.
amused
Oh
with
my
that
God.
either.
Oh my God, oh my God. Have you guys seen the commercials on TV?
He wouldn't be the first Richard's head I shaved.
They call it manscape and whatnot, but they have little trees and there are bushes, and it says when your bush is out of control, use this man's razor for manscaping and whatnot. But you know what they're talking about. But they got a
Yes.
picture of a tree on TV, and then your bush needs.
Cheryl
You
Brown's
already
watching.
had
How you
your
doing,
steel
Cheryl
reserve
Brown?
for the day.
So the men.
Ma'am.
I think she's had something a little better. Christopher Walls. Let's see.
It's blackberry steel reserve. Let me tell you that.
I
It's
doubt
berry
it's that
beer.
dangerous.
Let me rephrase. It's berry beer. At least.
What did Chris say?
He said, I doubt it's that dangerous, but I'm not sure what he's referring to. I don't know if he's referring to the manscaping or
When your bush is out of control. Like, what are you going? Oh my God, it's right there.
I don't think men
Trees
even
are in
have
pots all
bushes.
around, all
Do
over.
men have bushes?
Are you sure this commercial was for men?
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah, it
ma'am.
is. I've
Oh, you've seen it,
too.
Charlie?
Oh,
I've
yes,
seen it,
yes,
yeah.
indeed. It is. That's why.
I've
Do you
seen it.
endorse that message?
Because I would never have. That's just not something you say about a guy.
So is this like a razor that there's?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Manscaping.
A manscape is the.
Oh,
Oh,
guess
Dave's
what?
calling.
Dave, quit calling.
Did you not see the last hour?
I guess not.
He obviously doesn't watch the show.
Oh, Rick's headboard.
For someone who
He
wants
said-
to be
My headboard.
for someone who
What'd he
wants to
say?
be on this station,
What
you
did
should
Wall
probably
say?
Listen to our programming.
He said, I doubt it's that dangerous, Rick's headboard. I tend to agree with that, yeah.
Walls, I know where you live.
Hey, we need to get him on here. Hey, if I
Yeah,
you want
Chris-
to do a mistletoe tramp stamp on me again? There we go. Or not again, but I mean, you want to do a mistletoe?
Again?
And
A missile.
tramp
No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. A mistletoe tramp stamp.
Yeah, that way,
So
that way you kiss my butt.
where would they be
Butt.
kissing?
Kiss
They
my
just
butt.
got, they got it at the same time.
Well, yeah,
You know
Chris.
they call those things
Chris.
field goals.
Chris could come up and do a they call them what?
Field goals. The tramp stamp. Think about that. Field goal. Right between the.
Okay, all right. This is
I
the
hear,
child.
I don't
This
know.
is supposed to be the child's hour.
all right, we got 2 minutes left, so make it good.
I don't know how we could make it much better. We're talking about Rick's headboard.
Well,
About
anyway.
field goals.
Our headboard is broken because him and Joe Holdren broke it.
Well,
Oh,
this is sound good.
Wait a minute, him and Joe Holdren.
Yeah, they broke it.
Rick, you
moving
didn't
it.
tell me you went both ways.
It's not
What the
actually-
heck?
it's not
You've
actually
been
the
liking
headboard.
them videos I put up of Joe, aren't you? That guy mowing the lawn. Yeah.
Like I said, they broke it, so I can't even use it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sent the commercial to your messenger,
Yeah.
Kimmy. Show her.
It said, "This is the manscape."
Oh,
coming at
here
with
you
The
go.
bush. There it is.
Well, I hope you have the volume turned
I
down.
do indeed.
That's good.
I do indeed.
Anyway, we got 1 more minute of this. So
Yeah.
we gotta pause this for a
Okay.
second and
There
finish
it
the
is.
We gotta finish the show.
Oh, gosh. She gets so excited over the stupidest things.
It's a dancing
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I am glad that we only have 1 minute left. So everybody wants to say their goodbyes.
All right, you've been listening to WZAA 106.9
Yeah, again, Kim.
LPFM in Jeffersonville, Ohio. This is the Morning Zoo. Signing
Bye, everybody.
off. Have a great day. We'll see you next week.
Charlie, Rick told me a long time ago, if you don't go both ways, you miss half the fun.
All righty, and that's it, folks. We gotta go.
Rick and Joe and the break of the headboard. Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, Facebook said he's getting ready
Did you
to turn us
videotape
off.
this?
You can just unplug that if you want. Yep. So there you go, Kim. Any last words just for Facebook?
It's been an interesting day, and I look forward to it again next week.
Yes, it should be fun. Ginger Pendle, we just getting ready to end the show, but you'll have to check it out. You can go back and see it. It'll be on my Facebook page. So everybody have a wonderful day. And don't forget to wish my wife a happy anniversary. Happy 19th. Please don't say 29th. 19th.
We'd have never known. You wouldn't have told us.
Well, but she would laugh probably because it was her idea. So
I have no doubt.
it's okay. It's okay. Everybody have a great day.